Oh, now we're live.
Thanks,
You've been live this whole time.
No,
That is too funny. I thought we were live like the last 8 minutes, 10 minutes.
I just saw we got to do our whole Wonder Bar bit again.
The Wonder Balls. Too funny, Secret Squirrel. Too funny. He knew exactly what was going on, too.
Yeah, I just saw the link in the chat, but then when I popped in, I'm like, oh, it still says scheduled. But you guys
I
are just
played the whole intro.
Away. Oh, I didn't hear the intro.
I thought I played the whole intro and hit the start button with the 10-second timer, but apparently I did not.
No.
That's funny. Cheers to you guys. Thanks for keeping the heads up, watching out for my back there. Much appreciated.
That's a cool.
But yeah, the Wonder Bar is probably the next best bar, if not better than Twix and or Butterfinger combined.
Yeah, a Reese's Take 5 though is it's like Wonder Bar, but it's got a couple more ingredients. It is like a little step next up, like next level.
I was always a crunch kid. I always liked crunch when I was a kid. You know, it was like a rectangle kind of bar.
Is that like that what is that? Space toffee?
Yeah.
Nestle's Crunch, you mean?
It's called Crunch. It's like a blue package.
Yeah, that's Nestle's Crunch. Yeah,
Nestle's Crunch.
Okay, I remember the one where it was chocolate, but then on the inside it had like that astronaut ice cream or whatever, like that. It wasn't a nougat. It was kind of like a funny yellow tan kind of color. And the only thing I can relate to describing it was an astronaut's ice cream.
Maybe that's Crispy Crunch. Is that Crispy Crunch? I know there's also Crispy Crunch. There's Crunch and Crispy Crunch.
Look this up in my share screen, this bad boy.
This dude I used to work for, he was a crazy advertising guy. That he was like a copywriter. He did the whole "Don't lay a finger on my Butterfinger" Bart Simpson commercials.
Oh, I remember that commercial.
Yeah, Matt Nadler, the guy was a really talented writer. He's like, that was like his fame within advertising. He's like, oh, I did the Butterfinger stuff.
Crunchy. It was a crunchy bar.
Which mech is that, TJ?
Yeah,
well, this is one of the first ones, the Samurai mech from 2012.
We're beeping off here left, right,
yeah, it's getting disassembled and put into storage for now.
Cheers, Eric.
It's this guy, right?
Yep, that's the one.
That's a cool mech, dude. I love Samurai stuff.
I still kept this one. It's one of my first Ninjago.
It's going into storage, but it will come back eventually. It might get updated and revamped a little bit when it does, but
I think I recognized it from the shoulder pads.
Yeah, those shoulder pads.
That's the one I remember right there.
Oh, I'm not a fan of the inside of that. I don't like the inside.
That's caused me many feelings for sure. That bar right there.
Yeah, it was hard.
That's like a Butterfinger.
I like Crunch. Is there a picture of just Crunch?
I know what you're talking about. It's Nestle Crunch. It says
Crunch.
I
remember the Crunch.
It's like a blue package. I remember the blue.
Yeah, it says Crunch in red usually. I think you're talking about Nestle's Crunch.
Everyone in the chat knows there's whatchamacallit candy bars.
Those are good. Whatchamacallits are good, dude. It's one of my favorites, man. They're you don't really see them often around here. They're here, but you don't see them that much. They're really good. That's the Crunch. Yeah, that's the Crunch.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
With the Rice Krispies kind of on them, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, they got bought by the chocolate company that's here in town. Oh shoot, I can't think of their name. Rocher, the
Ferrero Rocher.
Ferrero bought Nestle Crunch.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, the headquarters is here in town, and so but they bought the rights. They bought Fannie Mae. They bought Nestle. They bought a whole bunch. They own Keebler. I mean, they own a bunch.
I used to work in on
Ferrero Rocher. Yeah, they have you go look at Ferrero's portfolio, man. It's like they got everything.
They have the liquid chocolate inside the little chocolate balls.
Oh, I like that.
They used to work on Lynn's chocolate stuff, but it was always boring. We always did stupid, typical stuff for them. It wasn't really that fun.
Especially at Christmas time, those Ferrero Rochers are deadly.
Richie.
We had a Nestle bike here in town. It went over a
What's up,
couple
Richie?
times. They bought the Nestle bike factory, and then they've almost doubled its size already since they've been here, like a little over a year.
Macro Mayo's here, but he got really skinny on his spiritual journey.
Is that the egghead?
Yeah, there you go. The spiritual on this skinny journey over there on Twitch.
When he said that last night, he's like, "This is a horrible stream." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Then why am I here? Like, what do you mean, dude? Like, that's kind of."
Oh yeah, you guys were talking. As soon as he said that, I cracked up laughing. I was killing myself laughing. I was like, "Oh, Mayo."
Which Mayo stream?
Yeah, he's a funny character. For sure.
He was being hard on himself last night.
But he's thinking of it in a different way. He's looking at it from the numbers point of view, right? He's not talking about the conversation you guys are having. He's talking about it from the analytics. And
Yeah. Totally. That's what he meant. He was.
What was the conversation?
He was. I don't know. He's used to having more people in his stream at that time, and he didn't. So I think he was being hard on himself about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, they're talking and hanging out, and all of a sudden, Mayo was like, "Oh, this is a terrible stream," just out of blue. And just how he says it sometimes, you're just like, "Wait, what? This is a great stream. I've been enjoying this conversation the whole time."
You heard me say that.
He's
Macro.
referring to is just the analytics of it. That's all.
You heard me say that instantly. I'm like, "What do you mean, bro? Like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to leave? I'll leave."
Cheers, Richie.
It's like if you're at a party and you're chatting up with some guy. Oh, this is a terrible conversation. I just want to leave.
Oh, and he's not shy to direct the conversation either. He'll be, so, anyways, how about that Lego castle? Or, anyways, how about that Lego foosball? I can't wait to meet him in Chicago. I got a sweater for him too. Mayo
Macro.
sweater.
Oh, okay. Mayo Hospital. I thought a macro sweater.
I got a T-shirt for him because he ordered a macro T-shirt, but he said the printing's wearing off. So I went to Vista Print because their print quality is way better. Kind of top notch.
Vista Print is good.
Yeah, I like Vista Print.
At one time, I was just getting like business cards and even some shirts, and it's pretty cost effective. Vista Print.
Yeah. I get my stickers through them, which is great. My shirt, the print quality on my sweater, top notch. Like it hasn't even cracked or worn or anything. It's been epic. A couple of brickheads in the house. Cheers, man.
Yeah, Sean says Brent gets the night off.
Oh,
Brent
lucky for him.
He had a streak there. He had like 4 hours on ACOB and then I think 3 on London Calling, and then we did 2 hours yesterday. That was like the longest we ever did a stream.
Oh, he is a busy man. He was in his glory then, though.
Look at that macro right there. Lego doesn't do military, right? Look at that.
Oh, that gun's nothing compared to that Uzi they're selling on bricks and pieces.
Hey, they have Tommy guns, dude. They make
It's like,
Tommy guns.
it's like a musket pistol right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got plenty of those from
Is that from
Ninjago.
the Lone Ranger?
Especially in brown, yeah. I got one I ordered no more than 2 months ago. I should find it. It literally said minigun.
We were talking about those in Legorado. The Western had them, and then they gave Django Fett guns like that. They actually look like revolvers. The ones that Django
Yeah,
Fett
they gave him the revolver
Yeah.
ones, which I think were also Western.
But it doesn't even fit Django Fett.
They've made some good guns.
Yeah. Well, they started using that like hose nozzle piece for Jango Fett instead.
What's funny is they're using it as the sink. It's the sink faucet for the cabin.
Oh yeah, Brick Hive. Happy Saturday. To that.
They do make a sink faucet though with handles. Like I have it in gold from something.
Yeah, I've got it too.
Yeah, this is the sink for the log cabin. Goes right here.
Oh, it's an A-frame.
Yeah, the A-frame.
Oh yeah.
I had an A-wing cabin, but then the Empire came and blew it up.
You should have moved to the B-wing.
Waka waka.
This isn't a Dono special clip, but this is still a good clip. And because it's a $5 super chat, well deserved.
In other news, officials at the Pacific Nuclear Research Facility have denied the rumor that a case of missing plutonium was in fact stolen from their vault 2 weeks ago. A Libyan terrorist group had claimed responsibility for the alleged theft.
You're missing the big picture here. If time travel were possible, it would be the greatest ethical and philosophical conundrum of the modern age. If you had that kind of power, what would you do? What would you change? Time travel. Great Scott.
Man, I'd love to go whip a shitty around a corner in New York like that in a vehicle.
That was a good one.
PJ, in the beginning of that, you see that symbol that's called ET.
Thank you,
I know you haven't seen the movie.
I have seen ET. It's been a while, but I have seen it.
There's this guy, PJ, called Steven Spielberg that makes these really bad movies that you've never seen.
Oh man.
Did you see that news reporter? She looked like Angela Bauer from Who's the Boss.
Yes, you did, actually.
I remember going to the theater and watching E.T. when I was a kid.
They filmed that Who's the Boss in the intro screen where they're going off the highway in the van. That's Fairfield, Connecticut. It's Fairfield, Connecticut. Like that's my parents' exit. Actually, the whole show is
a couple gooders in the theater.
Yeah, because they're coming from Brooklyn. That could be like your life story, going from Brooklyn to
to Connecticut. This whole scene is supposed to be set like the story is they're in Connecticut, in Fairfield, Connecticut, which is weird. And then she works in Brooklyn, like in the city.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Sean, on a microfighter's chain? Are we talking like, do I got to go get one pressed out of gold? Or do I just got to build a microfighter to hang on a chain?
Yeah.
That I can do. But before Brick World, I can't get
What microfighter would you put on your chain?
Microfighter? I'd have to look at them. Honestly, I'd have to see. It's not about what the ship I like best is, because I'd go XWing for sure. It'd be about what is the best pendant for a wearable chain. Maybe the XWing has too many like soft spokes, right, sticking out. They're all poking into your chest. Maybe they bend too easy.
You got to do the Flavor Flav Millennium Falcon.
I'd do that.
What's up, Scott?
I should just go take a whole ship, somehow modify a whole ship to hang off a chain, and just wear that whole damn ship around Brookworld.
Or you could do a Death Star.
Richie, to answer your question, I finished the third one this week.
Nice.
So I've watched the original 3 Indiana Jones movies. I haven't watched the 4th one.
I know what ship I'd want. I want the YT-2400 from Shadows of the Empire. Dash Rendar flew.
Damn, I don't even know what ship that is. YT-2400.
Yeah, look it up.
What is that?
I will.
It's awesome.
YT-2400.
It's
Tyler added those to the fleet.
It was from a book called Shadows of the Empire, and Dash Rendar was its like a smuggler, like
that looks like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, but it actually has a B-wing configuration.
Yeah,
the center of it actually spins. You know what? I think I have the Hasbro toy somewhat handy. It might be in pieces. We can say.
Which movie?
I've never seen that ship before. That's definitely interesting. It's like a Millennium Falcon with like what's that? The B-wing or whatever the hell that is.
That's exactly what we said, Macro.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I was looking it up, not paying attention.
Richie, I'd agree with that statement. The 3rd is my favorite so far. I haven't watched the 4th one, but somehow, just from what I've heard, I have this feeling that I'm not gonna like the 4th Indiana Jones as much as
the Crystal Skull. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I only want one of those Indiana Jones sets, and that's obviously the good one.
I'm biased though because Shia LaBeouf is my boy. We talked about that. Like like he hangs out with a bunch of my hardcore friends. So I make fun of him about Transformers, but I do like the movies.
So you know him?
Story got
Yeah,
yourself.
He chose with a bunch of my old bandmates from the hardcore scene.
All right.
He's really into like punk and hardcore music, and I used to play in some bands. And he's
Here's your favorite macro. Here's
Give
the
me a couple of minutes. I mean, I guess if we have to, Mail. I mean, damn.
Oh,
Here's your classic Hasbro X-Wing.
is that what year is that from?
99.
Okay.
That is Hasbro X-Wing. I mean, that does look good. It does look good, except for the T65 X-Wing Starfighter sitting right here. This one is not Hasbro.
Did whatchamacallit? Does the sets all trigger? Do they all trigger the wings open like the Poe Dameron one did?
Yeah, most of them do, I think.
With a twist.
I was
You
thinking.
go to my son's room. He might have that other shit.
You just got to crank this bad boy shut.
Oh, it's okay. It's slow.
Now, if Lego makes a new UCS set, this is just me as a Lego fan collector. I get they got to get people in the game and all that crap. But if Lego makes a UCS X-Wing, and they've already made a UCS X-Wing, should it not be like the Millennium Falcon and they got to make it bigger, badder, and better? Like, what's the point of making the same thing but crappier? You know?
I like the old one better too.
They
throw in the
if you're going to do it again, it better be just as good and or better.
Well, they throw in the new exclusive Luke pilot fig with leg and arm printing, so that you feel like you have to buy it.
And the
That's where they get you. That's for sure.
Yeah. Because other than that, the set does not matter at all.
I collect all the Luke figs, and I'm just going to order him from that set. I'm not even going to buy it.
Yeah.
It's a nice set, though. It's really nice, but
I collect on the buildability of it. If I'm not going to get as much enjoyment out of it, I'm not going to buy it again. If it was better, I'd go buy the new one, right? Same with that gunship. Same with the Millennium Falcon. Same with the Star Destroyer and Death Star. If they make better than the last version, yeah, I might be enticed to buy it. But if not, how much money we can be wasting and how much shelf space we can be wasting here, right?
But they never made a gunship before. This was our first UCS gunship.
I'm not a fan of that ship. I always thought that ship was designed really ugly. Like, not the set, the ship itself. But I'm not
You're absolutely right. The last one was a play feature one, which was still cool, right?
Yeah.
But if you bought that play feature one, you might buy the UCS one because it's bigger, badder, better, looks cooler. But if it was kind of like cheaper, you look the same, you just stick with the original one that you already spent $250 for, right?
Mayo, I'm not a sucker for figs. I use them for mocks, man. I gotta make the art with it. I'm not gonna just have a scene with no figures in it. I mean, sometimes I do.
I'm a sucker for figs. I go buy customized knights for $28 American a piece.
I'm a sucker for figs. I buy a set just for the figs and then just part out the set.
I bought a set just for Pluto.
Just for Pluto.
Yeah.
Which one was it? Oh, that was like a junior set, right?
It was a junior set.
The fireman one. I think I did the same thing, Mark. I bought it just for Pluto.
Yeah.
The Ninjago sets that I buy on release day are determined by what figs are in it and which ones I want.
Guilty.
TJ, you do not have enough katanas. I mean, I really think.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you got to get more.
Okay,
It's not enough until I have a literal room full of Ninjago katanas.
You're getting close, bro. My dog is watching Lord of the Rings.
Oh, which one?
I think it's Two Towers is on. He's like staring at it. He loves freaking Lord of the Rings.
The bulldog? The bulldog?
Yeah, Muggsy. He sits there and watches TV. He's a weirdo.
So I talk this one out. Knock that one out. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just talking to myself here.
I got those Ninjago sets just for the Golden Ninja.
Oh yeah, the legacy sets.
Yeah.
They got me.
Yeah.
And the Harry Potter got me
What?
got me too, just for those golden Harry Potter figs.
I wanted most of those legacy sets anyway. Those were great. Those hit a good nostalgia point for me.
I like
But the
Jay
golden
Titan
figs
mech.
were.
The Jay Titan mech was a good one.
Oh yeah.
And I want more. Sometimes you have to, though. I mean, you can order it, but maybe Lego shop at home doesn't sell that part or that minifig leg or whatever, right? So sometimes you almost have to. Cheers, Ryan.
I don't mind doing it.
In the
'Cause then
house.
I like building the set anyways, even though I'll just part it out.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I want the build experience if I buy it usually, and I use the parts.
Yeah. I'm gonna do
But I
that
wouldn't
with
have bought
the
it.
spider tank.
I kind of want it to bend the other way, though.
Oh, for the which fig do we get with that?
Bo-Katan.
Yeah, Bo-Katan.
Yeah, that's all that I want from
I
that
don't know if
set.
that's possible.
Did you guys see that latest Mandalorian episode?
Yes.
I was gonna
Safe to
bring
talk
up,
about it?
I was gonna bring it up before
I can't
when
comment on that.
he played Back to the Future. It was cool to see Christopher Lloyd in the previous episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
You're so
Lizzo,
old now.
I still say that Lizzo is not a good actress. She's a talented musician,
I
creative,
want it to bend.
but she doesn't suck you
Overacts.
into the scene. Like you kind of like it was abrupt. Like actors want to keep you involved in the story, and when I saw her, I was like, oh my god, she's
Kowski?
I will say, it may change with the final episode, but it's become pretty obvious that Grogu was not in the original script for season 3. Because most of what he does is just
Comedy. He's here for
Yeah,
comedy.
comedy. Yeah. He doesn't. The one thing he did do in season 2 when he went to get Bo-Katan, that could have been filled by the astromech.
well in the last episode. He dies, and then Baby Jar Jar Binks, they're gonna bring in Baby Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Imagine that little Baby Jar Jar Binks. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Disney. He's a baby.
I think that was off the wall when he first showed up.
What was that?
Jar Jar Binks was off the wall when he first showed up. Nobody knew what to expect.
Yeah, he got a lot of hate.
Yeah, a lot of fans, older original trilogy fans, were not happy about him. But he was like the comic relief because C-3PO wasn't in the movies. So, well, he was as being built in Phantom Menace, but like he's usually the comic relief in those original films.
He filled the role.
Like George's way to kind of do that, and it kind of blew up in his face. But now people love him. So.
Who's the Jar Jar Binks of the sequels?
All of the above.
Cheers with the background, man. That's epic. Canadian.
Canadian.
Got to represent Canadian.
He's got the
I
Tar
got to represent Stu Davidson.
Yeah,
He's got
man.
the Tar Heels hat.
Sean has all the backgrounds.
You guys have
What's
like
the
a hand
right?
symbol you do for the leaf? Do you do like a?
Yeah.
Do you have a gang sign? A gang sign for a Canadian?
It's the Bloods, the Canadian Bloods.
Nick, we don't have a gang sign for Canadian. That's how you get shot.
They like the leaf.
They thought you meant
what's happening,
something else.
boys?
Yeah.
So are you behind a green screen? You're usually like whenever I make my back like some sort of green screen, my head's all fuzzy, but you have like the perfect head there. Is that a green screen behind you?
Yeah, so it is. I got a one of those like super wide, gigantic Elgato ones.
Wearing a hat helps though, because the hat gives like a solid trim line for the camera to pick up. Like
Oh,
it's
interesting.
there.
Yeah, well, even without though, but I mean, like I can pull up anything. You know how it usually like warbles you when you hold stuff up too. If you don't use a green screen, it looks. Yeah, so
That's epic.
when I got here, I was like, I'm gonna add. So I've just been slowly adding stuff to my setup. I used to get that paralysis about gear, and I was like, just roll and then get stuff as you go. And so that's what I've been doing. I started with a really awesome top tier mic because I think that's super important if you're doing a talk show. But then everything else, I'm like, I was using a webcam up until recently. You know what I mean? So
I say it depends what you want to do. You might as well go all in. You know,
yeah,
like
and it's not like this
no one
stuff's a
wants to
fortune.
listen to that sketchy audio. No one wants to watch the crappy bugging, crappy internet or low pro computer. Just might as well get it done, right?
What you mean?
Yeah.
Be around for the next 6 years.
You can get green screens for whatever, $40. Probably not that this was outrageous. I think it was like $160. It didn't break the bank, but it's a good one, and I like the way that it stores and it folds up real nice and whatever.
But why you got a green screen though? Do you even build, bro?
No, but I need to be on different planets or locations, or like here I'm in Canada, so I had to.
Canadian.
Gotcha.
No, I'm gonna do truthfully, I'm gonna do some stuff with work. So listen to this. The word got out at work about my fun little show that I do. They're like, "Why can't you like host something for us?"
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, I'm gonna need some equipment.
What?
Nice.
You want that really high quality Australian internet? That's the Australian internet, the best stuff.
Tax right off. Get her done.
My flag is flipping. But
So
yeah,
you
anyway.
say you took a page out of Brixie there. Everything's a write-off, The office space is a write-off. The groceries are a write-off. The case of beers are a write-off. The cameras are a write-off.
Hey, look, if my talent fee, whatever that means, is just a couple pieces of equipment to make this look professional, I think that's a deal. You ever look at getting like a host for something? It's very expensive. So it's like
I do that too for like my business from home, but I don't get it.
Yeah,
like
brands
cheap about it as Brixie does. Like I don't. There's legally he's in Canada, so it's different. But here you can only write off a certain percentage of that stuff. Like
everything's a write-off in Canada. The trucks are write-off. The tinted windows are a write-off. The rims are
the beer macros. The beer macro is drinking is a write-off.
Exactly, it is. I just got to get a couple signatures. I was hanging out with Sean the Right Way, Nick, Sidious.
This is a business meeting. Yeah.
Brick Lock. Exactly. We're talking business here. We're talking about Brick World Chicago.
So real quick, two things, macro. What am I building right now? I'm going to do either the little guy indie or the up house. Any opinions on what should I? Okay, I'm gonna do the up. I've been itching. I'll do that. Secondly, I want to explain this chain thing. Yeah, I don't think you need to do a brick built chain, but like exactly what you said, like a macro style fat Cuban, but it could be costume. It doesn't need to be. Obviously, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, go get a real one. But people have worn figures around their neck. I want to roll up to Chicago wearing like a microfighter, and I like your point, like beefed out. And someone else mentioned obnoxious flavor. Like that's exactly what I'd like to do. Microfighter chain. And I want to make it a thing.
So between microfighter and play scale, then right? Not quite.
I only said microfighter because I don't think I want like a full blown XWing around my neck all day. But like,
but like, and in between,
if it's funny enough, I'll do anything. Like whatever.
I have a real solid gold C3PO minifigure that I have to pick up this week. Actually, Macro knows. We've been talking about. It's been being made for like 3 months now.
Hey, Chicago. We want to see it. We want to see it. I want to hold it. I want to touch it.
I just would like a few of us to roll up with different microfighter chains and see if we can make it a thing. That's all. Because Ryan disappointed me and said the figs around the neck was already a thing. I'm like, yes, but microfighters? I don't think so. And he's like, but why? And I'm like, that's what makes it funnier.
Yeah, the thing's got some value. Microfighters are just whatever build.
These kids are going to have plastic figs, though. I'm going to have a solid gold, light scale size C3PO.
Cool.
Sidious, are you going? Have you decided yet?
Yeah, 90%, 95%. I'm going. Yeah.
Dude, there's going to be some wild nights. This is going to be insane.
It'll be fun.
Richie's
I wish I
could have to save my roommates and just go sleep in the chair in the lobby. Chef, speaking of which, Chef.
Oh, you're rooming with Chef?
Chef and Brick Hive.
Okay.
And Brick Hive was on it. He reached out to me. He's like, hey, you want to shack up? I was like, cool. When they let us know that we can get that deal. And he was on it the day that the deal that go through, the day they let you book a hotel room. That man was on it, man. He got her done.
First one.
Yeah, I was like, right on. Keep me out of trouble.
Dude, I'm gonna be mad if I roll up to that jewelry store and the guy screwed this thing up. But the render he showed me looked exactly like a C-3PO fake. So
it can't be that bad. Worst case, he has to buff some of the hard edges off or something.
That's what I was just worried about. I wanted him to get all the details in like the
was tight.
I wanted to get all the detail, like the holes in the legs and everything. And if they don't make the mold right, they'll fill in. So, but it looks really good. I should pick it up this weekend. It's ready.
Dude, Lego made this a friggin' punch hole box. Come on, man.
Well, you gotta open the punch hole boxes like this.
No, I know you do.
Like this.
I'll do this.
Oh no, are you saving the boxes, Nick?
No, I just saw someone do it, so I was like, I want to try. So I started opening it like this.
That's why I just take an X-Acto knife from work and
slice the edges.
You don't even use an X-Acto knife. I just use my fingers.
Oh, that's too aggressive. That's too aggressive for me. I can't handle that.
Is that legal? I don't know if
Ryan has a way.
It's legal in Canada.
Ryan has a good way.
You guys have freaky rules up there. I don't know what goes on.
We do got freaky rules up here. That's right. Anything that benefits from tax revenue, that's legal.
You guys haven't seen the way Ryan opens the boxes? He's got a good way where he slices like two sections and it just stays intact.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing the Ryan method. Yeah.
Oh, do you keep the boxes, Sean? Your box.
When I moved, I made a lot of decisions that were upsetting, but I kept like my favorites. But yeah, I mean, if I can, I try to.
All right.
Anything I definitely keep. Little $30 things I don't keep. You know what I mean? But like, unless it's like a collector's type of situation. But yeah, like I'll keep you. Now I'm going to keep UCS and like modulars and stuff like that.
See, I'm going to go through and start chucking a bunch out. I'm going to keep the UCS. I'll keep like Pirates of Caribbean, Bricklink designer type stuff, Simpsons. You know, that stuff.
The supercar boxes are nice, but then I ended up tossing them. But they're nice. The super.
Mayo, Mario. How's it going, Mr. Hosko?
I'm sad.
Oh, come on! Why you got to show up in here like that? Why are you sad?
Because I'm sad.
Well, you gotta give us some details so we can help work through the situations here with your striped shirt. Why are you sad?
I just didn't have a good day yesterday, and I want to have a better day today.
You didn't have a good day, or you didn't have a good stream. Those are two different things, my friend.
I didn't have a good day. A lot of things went wrong yesterday.
All right, lay it on us. What was so bad about yesterday?
My football team lost.
Ooh, that's a bad day right there.
I slept when I didn't want to. I slept when I didn't want to sleep. And
Been there.
Yep. Lethargic, and I didn't build as much Lego as I wanted to build.
I know how it goes.
You cranked through a ton of bags last night, man.
No, I'm not talking about that. I wanted to build more mocks.
Oh.
Mail. I've full on lost 6 hours of my day due to sleep that I didn't want to have to sleep through. But sometimes that's how it goes.
I do keep all the books though.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, the books I do keep.
You're making.
I'll throw away the doubles. If I buy multiple of a set, I'll ditch the doubles. I don't plan on selling any of this crap. So
you're making the package designer and me cringe though. Throw those things out.
This is like really in my face. Sorry, I'm like doing.
But even
build and stream. I have no idea.
Put you on the solo layout here real quick. Even looking at Nick behind him on them shelves, that's utilization of space. I feel like this man does not have a whole lot of space for extra useless boxes.
I even found out some space up here. I put these little.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, you did. Wow.
Walls up here.
Epic utilization of space.
For extra space in there.
And also, everyone, don't forget to get hashtag circular flat plate trending. Do you know what that's a weapons to? Because if you do, you get
circular what?
Well, I didn't hear what you said.
I get a cookie.
I heard cookie.
Circular hashtag circular flat plate.
Circular flat plate.
Can I Google it to find the answer? Is that fair?
Is anyone sounding laggy to anybody, or is it me?
Everyone
these
sounds
guys?
all right to me.
Circular
No,
flat
Saying,
plate.
is anyone hearing
that's
lag,
not-
or is it
that's
me?
That's not the reference. That's not.
But
the
this is a circular flat plate, is it not?
Yes, but it's not the circular flat plate.
I don't
It's
hear
not.
too much
It's
lag,
not
Sean.
Mayo's. It's not.
I hear a
Mayo's
little bit,
circular.
Sean, like a little bit.
Is it this one then? White for Mayo?
No, it's not
There
that
you go.
either. But I'll give
Oh my
you.
God, it's gotta rip-
I'll give
rip
you.
apart, rip
I'll
apart.
give everyone a clue. It is a reference to a video on someone's channel with the music that goes da 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 da
Oh,
da.
This is another old school brick adjuster.
You betcha sweet ass it is. I know.
He knows my channel better than me.
What's up,
Who's
Mikey
your
J?
lore?
He knows my
Cheers,
lore.
Mikey.
And
Circular flat
the
Hey,
only-
next weekend, Mikey,
the
if
only
you're free.
reason
Be free.
it's something I remember so hard is because you got your facts wrong.
Oh, again. When I was a noob, I probably called like a tile a plate. Was that a thing?
Bingo.
Oh, okay.
I want this to go on.
But if anyone can tell me which exact video that's from by the end of the stream, I'll
These
give you-
guys don't know.
Dude, I'm telling you, Nick, one day you're gonna look out your window and Mayo's just gonna be waiting.
No.
He's gonna be like, "Hey, man."
He's gonna hop in my car in Chicago. When I get home.
You're gonna go in your car where he's underneath, hiding, like underneath your car, or you go outside.
What is it? Mayo's a brick adjuster super fan? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Apparently.
I'm not a Brick Adjuster super fan. I just remember a lot of shit in a lot of people's old videos.
Oh, now you're saying this stuff is shit, man. That's messed up.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No.
I think you should be a brick adjuster. I am.
What
It's just
I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Are we starting beef right now? What's happening?
This is the new Chicago beef.
When I say I remember a lot of shit from people's old videos, it's shit because it's stuff that no one in their right mind needs to remember other than someone who has a photograph.
What are you talking about? They were all great videos.
Ouch.
Come on.
Dang.
Jeez Louise, sister.
Going hardcore here.
No fighting words.
It was like, remember that one time in 1989? I think he was
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
a shirt, and he was talking about peanut allergies. That was shit.
Well, it was
Peanut
1989. My thoughts were short. My hair was long. It was summertime in the northern
What happened there, Macro?
Michigan.
What'd I do? What?
Oh, not Macro. Sorry, Mayo. I was like, what happened there, Mayo?
And if anyone gets a reference to that, then you also get
Was that a previous set, or is that just Leesburg?
Fine.
What's up, Will?
Scotty, PP.
It's time to stop building.
So
Is that?
I went to Walmart today.
Oh, I saw your story.
What'd you find?
Yeah.
What'd you find? Make us
Brent
jealous.
2.0. Brent
I-
2.0.
I found the May the 4th store display with the
wouldn't
executor
sell
and the Pirate Snub Fighter. I went to go scan it.
Wait. Set the table. You got to set the table here.
Set the table. I think you did, though. I think you
He
did.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Table's
I just
kind
Yeah,
of
it's just
set.
it's my normal Walmart shopping run. I just always pass by the Lego aisle and I see the display. I was like,
I think we're looking for the weather, TJ. Like, what did you eat that day? How are you feeling? We need a little more. Like,
Yeah,
I had
so
some cereal for
constipated.
breakfast. I had gotten woken up this morning to a duck quacking outside my
Did you
window.
have
that's
good
what we're
bowel
looking
movement?
for.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's already not a great start to the day.
I was
Did
slightly
you take down a few
constipated.
Ninjago apps? Did you look up rumors? How are you? Everything's.
I mean,
Did you
yeah,
eat
I
your
always
fiber
check for
this morning?
that stuff.
The
And
thing
then,
that aggravates me- the
I
thing
go
that
to the
aggravates-
store,
Go
I
ahead,
see it,
TJ.
and I see the stuff, and I immediately grab the executor because that's what I want. I figure they're not going to give it to me, but I'm going to try anyway.
Hobby Town,
Go-
bro. I told you, Hobby Town.
Yeah. Go up to the self-checkout, scan it, comes up as a restricted item. Employee comes up, scans it a few times, calls over manager, scans it with the special Walmart scanner app thingy, and then they told me they couldn't sell it to me.
See, the thing that frustrates me about
I
this
wish that would happen to me. I want that to happen to me. And Nick,
Sean
you
would make it
mentioned,
happen.
dude, I would take the camera out. I'll just be like, I would just say whatever it took to get that. I'm not saying I would, but I would go down with a fight for sure. Not like an asshole fight, but like whispery stuff. Like, come on, man, this doesn't really matter, does it? Stuff like that.
The thing that bothers me, the thing that bothers me is Walmart has marketing agencies like the ones I used to work for design those end caps. And the marketing agency tells them, do not put this up until the night before release.
And there's giant stickers all over them.
Yeah, exactly. They put stickers. They give them PDF packets with the instructions.
Do not release
this, and they don't listen. The employees there do not listen. And if I'm a customer going in there, I'm gonna be pissed that it's going to make me not want to go back to Walmart. Which
bought sets with the sticker on the box. Do not sell them.
Walmart, then fire those.
Excuse me.
Employees that don't give a shit.
That's the problem. Yeah.
The managers at Walmart, they just don't listen, but it's like, why are you paying these marketing agencies thousands of dollars to do this stuff for you, and then you ruin it? You just ruin it. So it makes no.
Just to be clear, like what Sidious is saying, it's like I've heard a lot of people be like, Walmart is stupid, or the Walmart employees messed up, and da 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 da. With things like that, more times than not, Lego is hiring a third party to come in and do that set for them. And so the error is actually on this third party. That being said, everybody's accountable and all rolls up, but it isn't like Steve, the high Walmart guy, got back from lunch and said, this is going out, man. You know, like.
So when you say third party, the third party is doing the display, or the third party is enforcing the rules?
Third party is physically. So the way a display works is the vendor will make, because I do this exact thing. You make the display somewhere remote through a display vendor. You load it with product. It's called an exploding inventory. That means it's ready to sell. And it's on a PDQ, which means pretty damn quick, which means they can set it up quickly. It's not a fixture. It's a big box, like it looks like a pallet. They rip it open and go. What's funny is, even for my product, which is nowhere near the prestige and level of a Lego Star Wars May the 4th, I've got neon stickers on all four sides of it, says do not put on floor until X. So I know they're not that sloppy. Like maybe they are, I don't know. But anyways, that manufacturer, the display manufacturer, ships it to a DC and then with distribution center, and the distribution center sends it to each individual store. And then Lego hires, there's a million of them out there. Bright Star, doesn't matter. They'll go out there. These guys make it. It's a job per store for each action they do. They go in the back. They have the credentials to do so. They pull it out and put it on the floor. So that is how it happens. I don't know. Sometimes Walmart will do it for them. It just depends. But if you want to make sure it's done and it's a big deal to you as a vendor, you pay somebody to do it, because that's how bad Walmart is at execution. Like you have to pay.
The agencies that design these displays and stuff, they have like creative directors saying, here's your strategy. You're going to build up the hype in marketing, and on this day you drop it. And they just do, like, it gets ruined somewhere in the chain of command. Like they send PDFs saying, this is how you're going to do it. This is the team's going to come in and do it. And somewhere someone doesn't listen, and you get pissed off customers.
Well, the problem is, the problem is these merchandising companies. I mean, there's some good, just like with every team, there's some, great performers on there that do it right and do it well and all that. But then it's like a guns for hire thing. They're not really employees. So it's like a gig job. And so you don't know who you're getting, and they might just come in and do whatever. And if they get fired, like, they don't care because they're not employed technically anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, who cares?
It's like the people who hand out samples. The people who hand out samples are the same way. Like when you see little samples in the stores of people handing out samples from another brand.
Oh yeah.
They're paying some agency to hire people to do that, and they don't really give a crap.
Yep.
So.
Wait, so is Walmart going to keep these stands up for 2 weeks now?
We'll see.
Or are they going to take it down?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, their preference would be is if it sells out, they want it to sell out is what they want. So, but not right now. I mean,
you should 100% on layaway. Like,
But it's
TJ,
it's
like-
it's up right now. Two weeks early. Are they gonna take it down, or just tell every customer, oh, it's up here for 2 weeks, but we're not gonna sell it until May the 4th?
Exactly.
I don't know. I'd be curious if Brent or whomever else, TJ, the people that have found them, go back and see if it's still up or not.
No,
But it should be pulled down.
Yeah,
I found a highly coveted Star Wars set at Walmart. I'd just show up with my COVID whole get up, sunglasses, face mask, pedal bike out the back door. I'd be in and out. Walmart employees aren't allowed to stop you anyways, so quick and easy. I know how the system works.
The trench coat?
Yeah.
Well, no, what you do is you go to the state of California and you just
That's too
steal
far.
it because
That's
it's
too
under
far.
$950 and the employees can't touch you.
Well, same as up here. They can't touch you. Exactly.
I have that set in my car that I got at Hobbytown. Hobbytown
Just
was
go ride your stolen pedal bike around that corner, down the alley, ditch it, jump in your vehicle, and away you go.
Sidious, you could be making money right now if you can get a bunch of those at Hobbytown. There's that set has that set been reviewed by anybody yet?
They don't. I don't know. I got it.
I don't think so.
The answer is it hasn't been, and I know Ryan hasn't, and so
I got it last weekend.
Make it worth your while if you overnight it to him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but
he's probably already got one on the way.
Dude,
what set is this we're talking about?
The
Executor Destroyer. Like when I take, I don't want to say it loud because he's gonna see me and want me to take him out. But
doesn't Tyler have that one though? Isn't he building a microfighter army around that bad boy?
I have no idea.
When I take the out, when I take the dog out in like 20 minutes, I'll grab it in my car and I'll build it.
Cheers, monkey.
I'm gonna check out Hobbytown tomorrow. There's a few actually in my area, so I'm gonna check out a couple of them. If I don't find the Executor at any of those stores. My sister does a Walmart run on Tuesdays, and if the display's still up, she's gonna try it.
The thing that sucks about Hobbytown though, at least the one near me, it's like a tiny little store, so they only get like 4 or 5 of each set, and so you got to be quick about it. And like when I got the Indiana Jones sets, I was shocked because a week later they put more, like 4 or 5 more on the shelf, and then I got the other 2 that I missed. So, but they even had Han Solo sets that are retired. They had 2 different Han Solo sets. I was like, where did you guys get these? These haven't been on the market for 2 years.
Yeah, Mikey, I'm riding away. Isn't there some rule that you're not allowed to shoot someone in the back in Texas? Yeah, there's open carry, but you're not allowed to shoot them in the back or something like that. I'm riding away into the sunset with a Lego set under each arm. I even got a hand on the handlebars. I'm just freestyling it down the back alley.
Connecticut, you can't shoot in the back. I have a buddy in jail for that, and they were robbing his house. It was messed up. He caught the dude, but he shot him in the back in his front yard on the way out, and they arrested my friend for manslaughter.
We hear that stuff up here, or where like the thief falls through the skylight and lands on the butcher knife on the counter, and then sues him or something silly like that. We hear that stuff up here all day long.
I didn't even know it was a law until my buddy got arrested for it. I was like, for real? They were robbing your house, dude, and he's in jail.
I'll tell you what happens in Canada. There's 2 stories. And as long as only one story is told, you're okay. That's how it works.
And I'll tell you a story about Australia. Nothing like that happens because we don't have a severe gun culture.
Dude, my brother lives in Maine, and I was shocked. You can go anywhere with a gun, and you could go and buy one anywhere so easily in Maine. There's laws, but they don't even follow them. It's like Wild West up there, man. It's crazy.
We got strict gun laws, but there's still people that jump out in the middle of downtown out of an open van in an alley and start shooting people. There's still a lot of crazy stuff that goes on, even though you got restricted gun laws over here.
And Mark, when I was talking about, you should just go and steal that set in California.
I'll steal that set up here. What I got to go to California for?
Is what you're saying that your area has a law similar to Proposition 47?
Oh, 100%. We got problems up here where people go into not like the Apple store, and they just clear out the Apple store. They just start snatching and grabbing. They go into Walmart. They grab every display in Walmart. They go into Future Shop. They grab every display in Future Shop.
You still have
There's a
Future
problem
Shop?
up here where all the kids know that they can't get touched, and if they do, they're going to get what, like a month sentence away from their parents or something. So they just go grab whatever they can.
Because
The
if anyone
employees
here
can't touch them,
is
they sell it off on the side.
Because if anyone here is going through law school right now, you'd know that what Proposition 47 is if you steal anything under $950, it's only a misdemeanor. It's only a misdemeanor, not a felony.
San
They
Francisco was like that.
The security guards can't
Go after you.
They can't touch you.
Yeah,
Not even security guards or police or citizens, but like corporate rules is they don't want to escalate the problem worse. So if an employee steps in and someone pulls a gun, they've escalated that problem worse. So let them take the merchandise. It's a tax write-off anyways. Walk off. Everyone's safe. No harm, no foul, right? If an employee steps in, someone pulls a bat, a gun, a knife, someone gets hurt. Now the problem was escalated to a situation it didn't have to be when you just take your tax write-off. Materials and monetary value, it's nothing. It's nothing, right? Even in life, even in our personal life, you work all day for material and monetary value to buy shit that doesn't even matter when you could be enjoying actual thought and content and events and memories, right? So that's how Walmart, Future Shop, Best Buy looks at it. Like, why step in, intervene, when all it's going to do is make a problem even more hardcore, worse, violent than it needs to be.
Yeah. And the reason Walmart has that mentality is because they'll just close 4 stores in Chicago instead.
In San Francisco, though, like what Mayo says, there's like I think it's $900 or something like that. Security guards, no one can touch.
It's $950 in the state of California.
In Canada, it might be more than that because I've heard stories from buying jewelry where at Christmas time, people go to do the jewelry stores. Hey, can I try on this ring? Can I try on this necklace? It's so busy. As soon as the cashier, the person who's selling turns their head, the next guy's out of the store. He's walking through the mall. He's out in the parking lot. He's gone. He's gone with an $8,000 chain or ring. You try that.
And I'm joking when I say this. Yeah, I'm joking when I say this, but when I come home from Chicago, our flight makes a stopover in San Francisco. So when I do that stopover, I'm gonna go steal an iPhone in San Fran.
It's big there. It's a problem in San Francisco.
No, San Francisco, you just got to light a fire and burn the whole city down. That's how you get away with it.
So I was just looking at Google Maps to figure out where the Hobbytown stores are, and I've been to one before. A long time ago. It was when I was a lot younger. Because I had gone to, I don't know, it was a place called Nickel City. It's just,
all of us were a lot younger ones.
Yeah.
I never paid attention to it, TJ, until I started seeing like early sets there.
Well, I went there, and that's where I got the Emperor Palpatine's shuttle from 2010. I think it was a few years after that set had retired.
It's such a weird chain, dude, because they put everything out as soon as they get it, but they don't. The one near me is small; it doesn't get a lot of stock. And then they have old sets too. It's like, where did you get this from?
But what's weird is that I was looking at the map, and they used to be right next to Nickel City, but they moved a couple stores down, which is just odd.
Yeah, I don't know, the one near me.
But it's really close to the one of the Lego stores, and then another one I'm looking at is also really close to a Lego store, and that one's also really close to Brick Road, Chicago.
They're worth checking out, dude. Because
So what do they have there besides Lego?
They have
it's
all kinds of stuff,
cards,
dude. Gundam sets,
cards and figures.
I remember there was a bunch of stuff there when I was
comics.
Yeah, they have all kinds of, not comics really, but they have like models, and they have with the remote control drones and things like that, and then puzzles and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I remember they had some wooden cranes, which I think I was like out of them at the time, but
They have vintage stuff too.
Yeah.
I guess.
You wouldn't really think you go to Lego.
If they moved locations within a mall, it's probably because where they moved to is the square footage is bigger or smaller.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, dude, the one I go to is in a tiny strip mall in the middle of downtown Fairfield, Connecticut, and it's not that big of a store. Like, it's half the size of a typical Walgreens.
Oh yeah, both the ones I'm looking at are in tiny strip malls.
Yeah.
Do they have like old 1980s toys?
No, it's all new stuff usually, but they have like retired Lego sets, which just baffles me.
Newer stuff, but like from like the past decade, probably at most.
I don't think they sell used and vintage. They don't do vintage stuff. It's more like new and packaged.
Do I hear beat?
Does anyone remember when Toys R Us still existed as it is in the US?
Yes.
And their prices would be so high that
Yes.
when all of the set retired, they would always still be available at Toys R Us, and people would go to Toys R Us to get them to beat the stupid prices on eBay.
Yeah.
Because they were so expensive, no one was buying them, so they just sat there on the shelf.
US marked up their Toys R Us prices, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Sometimes they had stuff early as well. So like I remember I bought a City of Sticks from Ninjago. It was $105 as opposed to the retail of $100, but I was getting it a week early, and I saw them. I was like, "That's."
So I know that in Australia they also marked up their prices, but we do have two real Canadians and one fake Canadian on here. Do they mark up their prices?
No, not in Canada. It's the same.
As a fake Canadian, no. Everything's more expensive. We don't buy it by the numbers.
No, but I mean, like, it's the same price as the Lego
true
store.
Blue, you are a true blue Canadian.
Well, unless
No,
you're
I'm
using
Canadian.
unless you're using Canadian pesos. If you use Canadian pesos, they give you a discount.
I think sometimes Toys R Us would have retail price, and sometimes things would be a little bit more.
Dude, did any of you guys, speaking of Toys R Us, we had Toys R Us here, but we also had a company called Child World, which was just like Toys R Us, but it had a panda as the mascot instead of a giraffe. And they were everywhere. It was like a chain around New York, Jersey, Connecticut. No one of you had a Child World back in the day?
I haven't heard.
I never encountered one.
Must have been a northeast thing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it was definitely in the tri-state area. Almost every town had one.
It's not around anymore?
No, it went away when I was like in my teens. So like in probably like the early 90s.
Oh, then I definitely wouldn't have encountered it.
One on the bottom, two off the top.
Late 80s, maybe, around there. I was a teenager around then.
Speaking of that, quick poll for anyone that had a Toys R Us near them, do they also have a Baby R Us next door?
Oh
They
yeah,
still do.
Yeah.
They still do.
still attached.
Sometimes
yeah.
I think in the same building.
Exactly. It's all one.
When they bag up our Toys R Us right now, it's with a Babies R Us bag. It's not even a Toys R Us bag.
I miss KB Toys. KB Toys was cool. You guys have those? KB
Here's
Toys?
that though. At least we still got Toys R Us.
Toys R Us.
KB Toys, the mascot was a little like wooden soldier. You know what I'm talking about, Sean, right?
Oh
KB
God,
Toys?
KB was the jam, dude.
Yeah, it was a small
know.
store, but it was rad. They always
It's the
had
only reason I
Nintendo
agreed to
games.
go to the mall with my mom when I was
Yeah,
a kid.
exactly. They were in malls, and they always had Nintendo games that were sold out everywhere.
Yep, they were,
Wow.
and when they did clearance stuff, man, it was on.
Yeah. It was a tiny store, but it was really cool, and the smell of it was.
They
like
had a
the
great
smell-
assortment. It was probably the size of like a Walmart toy department, even smaller, probably.
Yeah. It was like a Walgreens, like kind of like how Hobbytown is. A little bigger than a Hobbytown, but yeah, it was not that big. But the store was packed with stuff. Though. Like they had tons
Nick,
of.
you got Mastermind where you're at?
No,
again?
that's Canadian exclusive.
Yeah, Brick Adjuster, Nick. You got Mastermind.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
Mastermind.
nice.
Mastermind's okay.
They're hidden gems sometimes. Sometimes.
Sometimes they'll have early stuff.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see something rare, I do have the original Imperial Shuttle from '87. The Hasbro one.
Built? Is it built? Or is it in the box? Plastic bag?
No, it's the
Hasbro.
original toy.
No Lego set.
Do you have the Rancor? Do you have the
First Lego
original
Star
Rancor?
Wars was 99.
Eric, do you have the original Rancor figure, the big figure?
No, I have the original Jabba. I don't have the Rancor.
I used to play with the Rancor so much when I was a kid. I used to make them swallow Lego figures. There's probably
I have-
Lego
I have-
figures in the belly of mine.
Yeah, I have the transport shuttle from Empire that were escaping Hoth. I have that.
Oh wow.
I have the original ATST and AT-AT. I have
Is this all
original-
displayed?
No, it's all like stashed in boxes
Okay.
and crap.
Eric's got a big box of like.
I got-
He-Man.
I remember some Rancor figure as a kid that swallowed dimes, and when he swallowed a dime, I swallowed a dime.
It was a big figure. The Rancor figure was like at least a foot tall. It was big.
My friend, I don't know if I have it or not. I like once I get everything unpacked in my basement at the new house, then like I can really see what I have. But
Speaking of the Rancor, I'm so mad that they didn't put one. Lego put one out for Book of Boba. They got to put out a new Rancor, man.
yeah, they
Like,
should have had a
they should've.
rideable Rancor or something.
exactly.
Doesn't
baby
Eric own
Rancor.
all the OG Star Wars toys?
Yeah, he's got a bunch. And He-Man.
So your
and-
parents never threw your toys away. You're able to hang on to them.
Goodness.
Didn't know I had them all.
So
Very
lucky.
good, Justin. Let's not touch that subject.
That's a
Yeah,
sore
the
spot.
reason why Mark
Is
is
that a
saying
sport- is that a
is
sore
saying
spot,
that
Macro?
his parents
Heavily
did
bitter about
throw
that.
his old toys away.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I had some-
mad actually
I had
about all
some-
my childhood Lego that never made it.
Yeah,
Bitter.
Mikey J knows. KB Toys had the best video game wall. They always had video games in stock. Like when Zelda was sold out at Toys R Us for Child World, KB had it.
Our KBs in California were massive. I mean, not like as big as Toys R Us, but they were pretty big. I don't know.
Well, you guys got more room out there than we do around here. It's
Yeah,
overpopulated.
In Florida, we had Lionel's Toy World, I think it was called.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And it was
place.
I now
yeah, I think it was a kangaroo
Lionel.
instead of a giraffe. Lionel,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard
every
of that.
animal.
Lionel Play World.
Play
Yeah,
World, that's it.
Child World was just like the same thing as that. With a
I got
panda.
a lot of my I have a lot of good memories there. Like that was like my first Star Wars fig, my first wrestling figs. Like I remember
Dude,
The
remember
only
the
reason
big?
I know that store is because
Rest
that's where
just-
Briggsard used to go buy all of his old Tycho stuff from.
Dude,
Sean, was it
remember-
the rubbery wrestling figures?
Yeah, I was gonna say the big rubber ones that were like
that can
thick.
that bounce.
the
that bounce
the LJNs, yeah.
Yeah, I
and you
used to
get like
beat
the
my brother.
poster. You get the poster in the back.
Yeah, I used to
Yep.
beat my brother with that.
Those are the
Those
best.
things,
Yep.
they were
I
weapons.
begged
spoiled
my
as a
dad
child.
to go get
Brother
me
with
a.
that, buddy.
I
So I
think
would
my
take both
first
those.
two was definitely Hogan. I'm trying to figure out who the opponent. It might have been Big John Studd at the time.
Jake the
Yeah,
Snake.
I had
Lord.
that too.
I got good. I mean, it's like it was an ordeal for me. I think that's why I go overboard now because which I guess I also earn my toys now. But like there was, if it wasn't birthday or Christmas, there was no casual like what I do for my kids, the casual Target basket toss. Like you were earning that shit. So I was
Yeah, it
like,
was for a
you know,
birthday or something.
through grades or mowing lawns or whatever it took. But I remember they were $5 each. It was $10, and I got them, and it was like the
It
greatest
wasn't
day
that
ever.
cheap, was it? I don't even
The
remember.
fig
but
back
wasn't that
in the
cheap?
'80s, $5 with
Yeah, it was
inflation in
pretty good.
'84 is probably like $12 or something. I don't know.
Maybe that's why my parents bought it because it was that cheap.
What do Hot Wheels cost nowadays? Because I remember when a Hot Wheel cost
99
79 cents.
They're 99.
Hot Wheels
I don't
haven't
know.
gone that ham compared to other stuff. I like, not basic. They have like regular wrestling. I was just looking the other day because now my daughter, I'm sort of watching it a little bit more now. She's kind of liking it. And so anyways, I was just looking and like basic
They're like
figures are
24.
like 15. No, for basics like 15, but if you want an elite, which comes with their jacket and the
Oh,
belts
yeah.
and whatever other known accessories, yeah, those are like I think 20-ish here in the States, so probably 25 for you, but yeah, like they're and
Dude, those,
she's
yeah,
like
my 9-year-old's collecting all those now.
Those
it's fine with
WWF
me.
figures though were hard rubber, like real hard rubber. And I was always
Yeah.
mad because my brother had them, and I always wanted to have the Coco Beware Birdman. I don't think they made a Coco Beware one, but I would
Oh,
take
the
it.
rubber
ones? Mikey
They had
J's
one.
last
I
name.
had the Coco Beware.
They made one.
I think they
didn't-
did make
The
Coco.
rubber one.
Yeah.
They did.
Yep.
Later on.
I would steal his. I would beat him with the Hulk Hogan all the time because it was like, dude, it was like a weapon. Those things were rubber, but they were hard, dude, like real hard. They were big. They were like a foot tall.
I wanted the Andre, but I couldn't get it. They couldn't. I couldn't find it anymore. The Andre.
Oh, I had Afro Andre.
Micro machines are another one Mikey brought up. I used to love.
So my daughter though, in this conversation today about wanting to get wrestling, she's like, I want to get some wrestling guys. I'm like, really? And so she's like, what's the stage they fight on? I'm like, and I'm just getting fired out. Like, you mean the ring? She goes, yeah. She goes, so I want to do.
Squared
I go,
circle.
well, what two guys? I said, what two guys do you want to start with? And she goes, well, can I get two guys? And I always sometimes forget she's a little girl. Like, I want two guys and two girls, but they can't fight each other. I'm like, okay, the guys and the girls. I'm like, okay, that's right. They don't do that. So
Makes sense.
and then she's like, so that stage, if they're really angry with each other, Daddy, can I get, and I forget what she's called it, but she was trying to describe a steel cage. She's like, can you put that? Can you put
Can I get a hell in the cell?
yeah, she goes, because Daddy, you showed me when they were real mad and they needed a cage so no one could come in. And I'm like, this is so great. So
Yo, you remember?
so now I'm like,
Prodigy at its best.
I kind of have to. I'm like, I haven't built a toy wrestling ring in 2030, however long it's been. I'm like, I want to put the ropes on and do all that stuff. It'll be fun.
Dude, you remember the little pink Muscle Men figures? The tiny.
Oh yeah, they're called Muscle.
I remember.
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, Muscle Men. Dude, they made a Nintendo game of it in the wrestling ring. I have it here actually.
Yeah, that
I'll
game
find it.
sucks.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, it was fun, but we had a ton of video games.
Even then, it sucked. But I like the logo.
But I used to mock all the time and put Muscle Men and Battle Beasts. Remember Battle Beasts, where you touched the hologram on their chest and it was like wood,
Oh yeah,
or
fire, wind,
That-
or water, whatever.
Yeah,
Wood or
and they were the size of minifigs. So when I would mock, I would build stuff for my Battle Beasts and Muscle Men, and then my classic space dudes would get their asses kicked by them all the time.
That's awesome.
Muscle Man.
The Battle
I'm
Beasts
not-
were-
Dude, I would have interpromotional. I would do interpromotional matches all the time, man. And by that I mean like I'd have GI Joes against whatever.
But those little Muscle Men were perfect Lego size, and so were the Battle
Yeah,
Beasts.
they were. They were like minifigure size.
Yeah.
Now
Oh,
I'm not
what
that
about
much
that?
of a wrestling guy, but it would be pretty cool to have that wing toy that you guys are talking about with those figures of Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch in the ring. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Well,
they
dude,
would sell
Battle
like
Beast-
crazy. They did some Dirtbag brand did them a few years ago, and I've just been like, so Rich Boy Jay did his own wrestling league and like stop motion back in the day, and it got me thinking like, I don't know if Lego just doesn't want to, because WWE is pretty PG now. They could do it, they're not showing boobs and whatnot like they used to, and I mean they never flat out showed them, but let's just say scantily clad. Anyway, like, and if they didn't, if they want to come up with a off the cuff weird series like Dreams or whatever, they could do their own like fantasy wrestling league. Sidious, it would be crazy, man. Like, could you imagine the characters they could come up with, or that we could come up with for this wrestling league? They just need to give us like an arena and we could go nuts, like.
Dude, they remember back in the day. People don't realize little people used to be. WWE would bring in little people sometimes.
Oh yeah, they did.
Like little Mr. T lookalike.
Yeah,
dude.
Mr. T, little Mr.
And
T.
and then the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. Remember Glow? Gorgeous ladies of wrestling. That was a whole set.
Yeah, they had the Glow on Netflix, like a show about it.
That documentary. Yeah, I watched that. I don't think that was WWE involved, but it was on around that time.
Was that?
No, they
was that
did a
the
show.
days of- Was that the days
was
of
like
the
3 seasons.
WWF?
Yeah, there was WWF back then. Yeah. Back in
So
the day.
what was that? Before 1996?
2003,
Yeah.
2003, it changed to, or two, might have been two. They switched to WWE because of our World Wildlife Fund.
I was working for them as a freelance graphic designer in like 2000.
Oh, nice.
2007. In Stamford, Connecticut. The office is sick, dude. But that's when they changed. I remember they changed the flags to this giant black and red WWE flag with the scratchy writing. Like the scratchy logo.
Yeah, the scratchy. It took a while to get used to it, but
only as
it's
good as Jesse's Brick Galaxy.
That office is humongous, man. It's Stanford's not. I mean, it's a big city in Connecticut, but it's not the biggest. But
It's right
that
there off the
office-
highway. When I lived in the city. I went out there to see it.
Yeah, it's right off the high, right off 95. You could see it from 95. You see the flag when you're driving on 95. It's like,
Oh yeah, it is
I would get
95.
an elevator, and the Rock would be in there with you. They had a huge gym downstairs. All the wrestlers would come in when they would meet with Vince. The wrestlers.
That neon gym, the neon one.
Yeah, there's lights everywhere in it. It's like the office, I'm telling you, it's sick. It's over the top, dude. It's like you've seen it. It looks like Oakley glasses, like mirror tinted all the windows.
Yeah,
like it's really it's cool.
they're moving. I forget where.
They've been there since I was a kid, dude.
Yeah, it's over now. They sold it, so who knows what's gonna happen.
They hired every freaking graphic designer in the world. I was there to work on XFL team logos. That was my first thing doing, and I was freelance. But they would hire every graphic designer in the world to work there in the area at some point. That place, man.
I think TJ's hands are getting tired. We need to acknowledge this minifigure.
Now, this is a Lloyd DX minifig from one of those Target cubes.
Oh, my bad. I get looking down here, building on the fly.
You can get carpal tunnel by having your hands stretched out like that for so long.
Take off the comments so we can see the legs.
Oh, there you can see the legs. No, but this was exclusive to a Target cube, which was a thing that had 4 figures, and that only lasted for about 2 years.
Oh, I remember those cubes.
You know how much this fig is now?
A ridiculous amount of money.
Yes.
I like the
it's
shoulder
$125, and it's very
for that figure.
Yes, for this figure.
Good lord,
the shoulder pads are dope, dude. The shoulder pads are rad.
Well, the shoulder pads aren't even the exclusive part. It's just the head, torso, and legs.
Oh,
yeah, it's gotten super pricey. I don't know why.
Dude, back in the day, you would see Hulk Hogan in the grocery store because most of them lived in Greenwich, Connecticut, which is the really rich town next to Stamford, Connecticut. So you would be in the grocery store and you would see just the WWE people going in and out.
Dude, I hate
do this until I'm just gonna do this until Macro takes me up.
Hey, my bad. Sorry, I'm looking down.
Hey, I got it. It's this guy, right?
Yeah, that guy.
Keeping me
So
in
how
line.
much is this?
So the entire set, the cheapest I just looked it up for is $150.
Oh.
And that minifigure is
this one has Superboy.
Yeah, Superboy is also pretty pricey. I think he's like 60s, 70s.
And it has Chima.
But for some reason,
the Chimas are 32 cents. I think.
No, the
nice
Chima in the city are really cheap.
I got this for a Secret Santa because I don't have a Target.
No, I got this at the one and only Brickfest Live I've been to. Because I got
guys, I gotta tell you something real quick. TJ, you're gonna love this. So we just moved in, right? And my wife on the calendar. Oh, hey, full screen. On the calendar, he's like, I have a surprise for you on the 22nd of April. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, what is it? She told me this in California before we moved. She's like, it'll be after we moved. It'll be really cool. You're gonna love it. And I'm like, okay. And so she finally had to reveal because I needed to book the logistics for the hotel and stuff. It's about 3 hours from here. And so she had my daughter make me this little card, and it was really cute. She handed it to me and she goes, next week you're going to Brickfest Live.
Oh, fine.
And I'd been to one in LA, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
Dude, it's happening right now in Connecticut. Right now, they have one.
Yeah, I powered through. I mean, I'm telling you guys, and I don't think she'll see a macro stream, but I'm gonna go along. But like, dude, it's so. No, I'm saying I don't think my wife's watching it right now. That's what I'm saying. In fact, I know she's sleeping. But I mean, I appreciate it. It's one of those ones where you just gotta like suck it up. Sure. But it is awful. I mean, it was like I was there for 35 minutes last time, and I can't believe she forgot because I like complained to her about it last time too. But whatever, I'll see if they have a bricks and minifigs in that city. I don't know.
It It was cool
Greensboro.
for me, but that was back when I was a kid. So
Yeah,
I was
Well, that's what
like
I'm hoping. I'm hoping
a
the
young
kids
teen.
play with it,
Yeah,
and that's fine. But there's not going to be much for me there.
it was cool.
You,
I
you
got to
got
be at
better
the
than
brick
what
show.
Canada has. I mean, I can go 12
Yeah.
hours and get a Canadian event in Vancouver, and it might be okay. It also might
don't
be a
understand.
letdown
This is
after
bad.
12 hours.
Yeah, they're having one right now, and I'm not there. You know, you figure they never have cons here. You figure I'd want to go, but everyone's like,
There's,
do not
there's
go.
maybe
Yeah,
one in
it's-
Vancouver,
it's a
maybe
lot of
one
shopping.
in Toronto, but those are pretty
Yeah.
far away. So they might be decent, might be a letdown. So you might as well pay and travel to the ones that you know are tried, tested, and
100%.
true, right? Brick
Yeah.
Fair, Brick World, you know, Philadelphia, Chicago.
Well, the difference is Brickfest Lives are expos. They're not conventions. They're expos. So
Yeah.
it's like, because I asked BR from
The population base.
I asked BR from Holland and Ball, and I'm like, should I go? Because he lives near Hartford. I was like, dude, I'll meet you up there. He's like, don't go. I'm not going. He's like, you're gonna be so mad if you go. So I didn't go, obviously, but
Yeah,
They have
freaking
no
Brick World,
vendors.
Chicago.
Like they have no vendors. They have very, I don't know.
The one I went to, granted this was like 7 years ago, but the one I went to had a decent amount of vendors.
Now, vendors versus venue, because I feel like when you show up to the hotel, the space they've allocated for all the different events, I feel like that's where it's going to dictate what's going on and what you can expect for the whole event, right? So if they got 100,000 square foot display space for all the mocks, that's going to dictate what the venue and what you can expect versus if they got 15,000 square foot. Like cheers, Dusty. When I go to an event in my city, it's at a city hall, dude. They got like 8,000 square feet of space. There's like a bunch of 12-year-olds showing up with these random car mocks rolling down a hill or something, right?
yeah, they do
Nothing.
derby.
It's nothing compared to what's going on in the States or the rest of the world. And again, like Nick, Brick Adjuster, you're probably a little bit closer to Toronto, a bigger city. You might have a little bit more events going on where you're at, but where I'm at, maybe one a year, and obviously I'm missing it. Because I ain't seen nothing that's worthwhile here.
Well,
I think the new one here is the 6 SIX. I think
BR
he replaced Brick Fat.
BR from Holland and Bowling, he was like, put it this way, cities. He's like, no one goes to the Philly Brickfest Live anymore. It used to be good back in the day, but he's like, you're a mock dude. He's like, you're not going to be happy. He's like, they would be lucky if people like you showed up in mocks, but they won't let you do that. So if I could get a table, I would have went.
Oh, they did. That's all they had when I went. It was nothing but, like, I'm sorry, guys, you're gonna hate me for this, but when I went to Brickfest Live, it was like nothing but wall to wall mocks, and there were 2 vendors. And then honestly, like, I need a full experience. Like, I don't know. I can look at mocks for 45 minutes, and I appreciate it, and I think the world of it, and you guys are amazing. But like for me personally, like, I'm not doing 75 laps and just really getting into the butt of a mock. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like
they didn't have the games. They didn't have the
I
games
will.
for the kids.
I mean, some of those mocks at Brick World, if I watch you set up the first day, the second day, and it takes you 3 days to set up, and I get to watch all that progress, I'll do that. But at the same time, Sean, I get what you're saying. Now there's vendors going in between. I can get an extra special beverage. I can buy a couple old school Lego sets while I'm looking around. Like, there's a whole lot going on that you can tap into that you're not bored just looking at a Lego build.
Well, like Nick
yeah,
was
it's
saying,
just not for me. I mean, like, I don't know. I think
Like
the
Nick-
shows in general need more, and I can't wait. We were gonna have Mark on from Brick World. We're gonna
Nick
have him
was
on the
saying,
show.
Like Nick
What's
was
that?
saying, like Nick was saying, Brickfest Live is known for more the derby contest, the kids stuff, and like
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm saying in general, I have been to the Super Bowl, which is Brick World, right? And I've seen Virginia enough on video. And I've been to the bottom of the barrel and I've been to the top of the barrel of these shows. Granted, I've been to 2, but I feel like I've watched 100,000 videos. I'm saying in general, we need to spice these things up. And I'm talking to Mark. We're going to pitch some stuff. It just needs more kinetic energy out there.
Yeah.
It's very like moping around. I get that it's supposed to be about seeing our friends and all that, and that's great for us. But I'm talking. I'm always thinking normies, as you guys know. And right now, if a normie was to roll in there, they'd be like, "What the f is this?" Like it's like they think it's cool for 10 minutes and go like, "Oh, I recognize that build," but like, what else can we do entertainment wise to keep them like the real cons are doing, like Comic Cons are doing, like exclusive.
Well, if the normies hung around, but it's also a lot of the behind the scenes. It's like what the fans make it. It's what you and us do behind the scenes. We're going out to, medieval times and shit. That's what
true. Nick, we are going to medieval times too.
But the problem Sean will go off about medieval times.
Dude, don't get me started on medieval times. Best
he loves it.
And Comic-Con is that all those are being
pro wrestling
are being ran by the corporates themselves. So they're going to put more of a budget into making those cons as awesome as possible. Lego
dude, and I get that. I get it. I get it, but I also ran wrestling shows independently, and there's little things you can do. I didn't have a bazillionth of the budget of WWE, and I drew like crazy. There's little things you can do, and I'll leave it at that.
They're going down the right path because this year is double the amount of people that went last year. Like whatever hype went down, it is twice fold. Like they got to book new hotels, man. They ran out of space.
Well, I was talking
about. I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong or that I could do it better.
Right?
I'm just
Mark's already gone the right path, man.
I'm saying there's opportunities. That's all.
I was talking.
I'm not saying what I just outlined is a good excuse, but it's the excuse they'll use.
I was talking to Mark on I think TJ, you were there in the Friday Night Bricks panel when I was talking to Mark about
Mark and Brian.
I was trying to convince him to do something in the tri-state area. I'm like, dude, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut it's so highly populated. It's where Lego is headquarters for now until they go to Boston and US. And no one puts on a good show here. And he's like, damn, let me look at the numbers. I was like, you should put a show here. I was trying to convince him to do a show in New York City. How does New York City not have a good Lego con? That's just
City, I know the simple answer is real estate is ridiculously expensive in the tri-state area.
It's like the population
you keep saying this stuff, Mayo, but people are doing it for all kinds of other fandoms.
You'll get
they do.
You'll get people there. It's a highly concentrated part of the country. Dude, I have 9 Lego stores within 2 hours of me. 9. So like,
but the reason why I say all of that, Sean, is because those are all the textbook excuses that they'll use, and they're not good excuses because other people are doing it. So that argument doesn't hold up. I'm repeating everything that is making these Lego Con organizers look bad. Like Philly Brickfest used to be the convention. They turned it into shit. Now it's nothing.
When I went to Philly Brickfest in 2015, 2016, and 2017,
it
was so fun. There were so many games there. There was like games like Bowling for Bricks, where we actually went to a bowling alley, and it was like a whole relay race with bowling and building. There was like Nerf guns where they set up all these minifigures, and we had these Nerf guns, and we had to try to hit all these minifigures with the Nerf guns. We had the scavenger hunts. We had like musical chairs within the bricks. We had Family Feud, where it was like 2 teams fighting off with a Family Feud format. It was like it was big, and then some of this even transferred over to the public, and so the public was there, and so it's kind of what Sean's talking about, like something big. But they had that in Philly Brickfest 2015, 2016, 2017. I wasn't there in 2018 or 2019, but people said that it's gone down and pretty disorganized. But when I was there, they had like a whole team set up, and they ran it pretty smoothly. So I don't know. Things like that would have been good.
I have video of that. That was back in the day when Kevin Hinkle was still employed by Lego.
Dude, that reminds me of when you said Bowling for Bricks. There was a famous off subject. There was a famous a really dirty strip club here, like infamous, where they would do bowling for Bush, and the ladies would hold their panties open.
Yeah.
People would throw crinkled bills. They would bowl into their panties, dude. Like, and these were disgusting stripper. Like,
Is that after medieval times?
Those are the best ones, Sidious.
They closed it down.
You got experience. What are you talking about,
They
bro?
closed it down. It was like the CBGBs. It was like famous. It was like
The CBGBs.
It was called the brass guitar.
We got to
It was like
start getting
It's a different.
By the way,
concept.
we got to start getting a head count, like even if it's just like rough, so I can get a group disky for everybody. So
For what, medieval time?
oh yeah, because I'm going to tell them we're bringing X people, and we'll get way more off than normal. I'll handle all that.
Yeah,
I
I
just
was,
need to know
supposed to, I was actually supposed to call a week ago. I'm surprised no one hasn't yet, to be honest. We gotta go there. You know what we should do, Sean? We
Yes.
should go there the day we arrive, Tuesday, Wednesday. And if we want to go Thursday, Friday, we should go to that restaurant the day we get there, physically tell them, hey, we got 100 people, maybe 80 people, 100 people plus.
I don't want to play that game though, Macro. I want to have it locked down. I want to have it locked down.
Yeah, exactly. But it's hard to do because there's 100 people involved. How do you get 100 people committed and that 20 people might flake out?
I'm
So
just
we
going
gotta
to say
go there
I need a
the
promo
day
code
before.
with because I'm going to say I need a promo code with a limit up to X. That's all. And whoever opts in. That's all. I'm not going to commit to anything. I'm just going to say like
Well, you're smarter
pretty
than
good
I,
chance
so
we're going
you
to
know.
pull pretty good chance we're going to pull this many people. Can I get promo codes for this many people? And that's it. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. I want to be able
well,
to give them something. I got to give them something before I ask them for something. So I need to get at least a loose number.
What if they're already booked out because Father's Day weekend? Like we should.
That's
call,
what I'm
like,
saying. And you're talking about
a month
waiting till
ahead.
we get there. It's like,
Yeah.
I know.
Is that in Chicago or is it close to the convention?
It's close.
right
Like,
by the-
it's really close.
Schaumburg, it's right there.
Yeah,
It's a couple miles.
12 minutes away.
Dude, Sean,
Oh,
you're
couple
still
miles.
missing out on the. It's not the official Medieval Times brand in Vegas, but you will like it. I'm telling you, they have a.
Don't
Vegas
bring that
delivery.
Mega Blocks shit up to me. I don't.
I told you this happened last time we talked about this, bro. You got to try it.
And it's
I'm
going to
telling
keep
you.
happening. When are you going to learn? I don't do off brand. Let me explain something to you. The other day, my wife's like, she's like, get the store brand Frosted Flakes. I said, never. I need the Tiger. I need the real thing.
Dude, I work in advertising. You think I don't want real brand? This thing is over the top, bro. The Vegas one is just
All right,
better.
Hideous, here's the deal. I'm going at least 3 more times this year. I will try to get there for you, and I will give you a raw review.
So we're going. I'm going to make you go there one day. You and I are going to Vegas.
I'm going to make you go there if it sucks. I'll tell you that.
Dude, I've been to
Probably
Vegas 3
down
times.
under also.
Is he
I've
talking
never
about
gambled a
Excalibur?
dollar, and I would go back there every second of the day.
Dude, the
Oh, I
Is he
bet.
talking about Excalibur or
Yo,
what?
they have lions, bro. They have lions in that place, dude. Like it's
Dude,
Vegas.
they got the Crazy Horse show.
It's
They got the
it's
Crazy
great.
Horse show.
It's like
Screw the
Roman
lion.
mixed with medieval times nuts, dude. It's very over the top. It is.
Just
It is
ripping
very over
this
the top.
apart right
So the
now.
Vegas show is not
Yeah.
exactly medieval times, but it has the medieval times flavor.
Well, they'll do a Roman themed. They'll do a
Yeah, at the
medieval themed.
Excalibur there.
They
Yeah.
change it up. They
That's
change
the
it up.
best show there is.
But it's not the brand. It's not the brand that Sean loves. The
Not the
medieval
brand.
times brand.
No, it's not the brand, but
I've only been once. in
but
Toronto.
because it's Vegas, they do it 3 times a day. You know,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
they're tried, tested, and true.
I think so. I've been to it twice. I went to the Roman one and I went to the medieval one, and it's the same place. But it was crazy, dude. They had lions at the Roman one. It was nuts, dude.
Brutal.
All right, Al. I gotta call it a night.
Bye, TJ.
Choose that, TJ. I'll
Catch
be
y'all
tuning in
tomorrow.
to you tomorrow while I'm working.
Sean's afraid it's the WCW version of WWE.
I like WCW.
I find
It's
AEW similar to WCW now, just the way they do their production.
It's different. But it's very
Well,
Vegas.
it's because it's the same people. That's why.
Like Turner or
He hired a lot of those guys, so you're exactly right. By the way.
Oh yeah, they crossed over. They've crossed over the years. Remember what was the NWO that went to the WCW? Hulk Hogan went over
I was-
there.
So Nick, you'll like
Hogan
this.
and,
I was there in the second row the night that happened.
what?
When Hogan turned
Wait,
heel.
wait,
You can see me if you watch it now that you know me. You'll
Was
see
that in
me.
Florida?
I'm all over.
Was that
Yeah,
was that
Daytona.
in Florida?
Daytona
were you
Beach.
in the front?
Yeah.
Yo, Sean, have you talked to
I
Matt
think
Morgan?
I might have. Was that a Halloween Havoc? When that
Somebody's
happened?
Oh, Bash at the Beach.
Oh, Bash at the Beach. I think I might have that VHS.
Sean, have you talked to Matt Morgan since you realized that we both know the guy?
I have. He didn't answer me, but Nick, when Hogan drops the leg on Macho Man, I'm literally the only one standing up cheering. So you'll see me.
That might actually be on YouTube then.
It is. Go look at it right now. I'm in a blue shirt and a backwards hat.
Nice.
I haven't talked to Matt
So,
Morgan.
so did you go to a lot of shows around
Oh,
that
yeah.
time?
Oh yeah.
Or even before?
Dude, I've been to 15 WrestleManias.
Dude, Matt would have been a great wrestler if his back didn't give out, dude. His
That
name
guy's
though
like what,
sucks.
6'7", 6'8"? Or no, 6'10".
Dude, Matt Morgan. Matt Morgan's
Yeah,
almost
Morgan.
7 foot.
The Blueprint.
Okay,
His
yeah.
name was the Blueprint, and that was a bad
Yeah,
name.
the Blueprint.
I was like, dude, your name sucks, but his back gave out, dude. He was the starting center of our basketball team. He was super skinny and really tall, and then he became.
Was he
got
ever in
jacked.
WWE or just in WWE?
Yeah. He was.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was in WWE. I went to high school with him, dude. I was friends with him in high school.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, Sidious. So super skinny, super tall. Was he a similar build to Hogan?
He was like a center of basketball team. When he was cut, he was ripped, but he just
fuck.
wasn't like now he's huge now.
Because
dude.
for those who don't know, Chet Holmgren for the Oklahoma City Thunder, he's 7 foot, but he's under 200 pounds.
No. Matt Morgan's like 350. He's or not 350, like 320. Yeah.
He's thick.
No, I'm talking about Stud's friend.
No, that's
Also,
what we're
did
talking
you
about.
notice what Stud's name is?
That's what we're talking about. Matt Morgan. He's the Blueprint. That's what the friend I'm talking about. He was went to high school with him and middle school.
So I told you I did shows with him. So anyways, I texted him and I don't know if it maybe, I don't know. It's been years. He didn't answer me yet, but I told him about you.
No, he knows me very well.
My friend Aaron knows him really well too. I told you that.
Shut up. It's still shut. It's still the. Okay, here we go.
I mean, we used to go to church together, dude. Like he was an altar boy, bro. I've known Matt Morgan for a long time.
Oh wow.
A little choir boy.
He was always tall. He was always super tall.
Is he still in the business, like as like a trainer or something?
No, he's a mayor now.
There.
Oh my
he's
god,
a
I didn't know
mayor.
that, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, speaking of mayor, I'm going to need to review the tape to see who has thrown their hat in the ring for mayor.
What's happening here?
Did you segue mayor to Mayo? That was a good segue there.
Is he in San Diego, Sean? Is that where he is?
That's fucking
No,
painful.
Orlando.
Orlando. I thought he was still.
He's the
in
mayor of Longwood, Florida.
That is crazy that he's a mayor.
Longwood, eh?
Yeah. Girthy.
She said.
Why are these wrestlers become mayors, bro?
Like
He was,
Jesse the Body?
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
a
Kane is
dude.
there now too.
You got Arnold there?
He was the
Kane is
most
a
favorite
mayor.
bouncer though at the Sea Grape in Fairfield,
the King.
Connecticut. You couldn't get through the door. He was like took up the whole door, dude. He was
Who did Jesse the Body run? Wasn't it started with the V or something like that?
Ventura?
He's the governor of Minnesota.
Minnesota, and then Arnold was California. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, now I guess Matt Morgan is in Florida, which is crazy. I
Have
didn't know
you
he was
worked any Sundays, Macro? Have you tried religion, dude? You think I look like the face of religion? What the hell are you talking about?
Who said that? Oh, Dustin.
I am a fan of all religions. Like you can take one religion, they're like, hey, you cannot idolize different, ideologies or different statues or whatever. You know what? Every religion has a very good point of value. And what bugs me is when you take one religion, industrialize it to make it a contraception of control, is where I get a little bit bent out of a shape. So I don't follow any one religion as much as I follow all religions, because every one of them has a very good point of view. Some have ups, some have downs, and I'm not just not that guy. I got to touch them all. But for Sundays,
and for a lot of those same reasons, that's why I say I don't have a religion, but I do have faith.
I believe in a higher power. I believe in faith. I believe in God. The whole industrialized nation. This took the weirdest turn. We got to change the subject.
And also, there's
How do you go from Matt Morgan to
a lot of pointless.
The industrialization of religion. I'm getting into trouble. We can't talk about this no more.
How did we go to? Oh no, because I said Matt Morgan was an altar boy, which he was, but that's how we got there. That's how we got there.
I was wondering how.
Hey, you know what? Ultimately, Macro believes in if you want to practice what you do behind closed doors. I'm a fan. I support you. Individuality, what you guys want to do, 100%. What I practice behind my closed doors ain't for the faint of heart. Don't judge me, don't like me, don't hate me. It's my problems, my religion. That's what I do.
Dude, how
about those love y'all.
Milwaukee's
religion's a funny subject. It's like politics, man.
I know people don't believe in a lot of people don't believe in like the paranormal, but if you grew up in southwestern Connecticut, you knew the Warrens because they lived here and they would do college tours and you'd go see the Warrens do lectures and they had a museum in their basement with the Annabelle doll, the little Raggedy Ann doll. Like they would make you believe, bro. Like the stuff.
No, I don't believe in ghosts. I gotta see it to believe it. And you know what? I've been in some dark situations in dark corners of the world. I've been in some funny, what do you call them? The mines, the war shafts that go into the mountains.
Okay.
You would crap your pants if you went into the Warren's basement. I'm telling you, they closed it now. It's still there, but
they would do that stuff, man. I've had a lot of...
I didn't either, bro. I didn't either, but dude, I'm telling you, you see the stuff they show, you're like, what the? They have like footage, like videos, everything. I don't know, man. If you saw it, you would trust me, dude. It would change your mind.
I'd be the first guy for experience. You know, I might shit my pants. I'm not gonna lie, but I'd be the first guy who's gonna sleep in the darkest, scariest hotel in North America.
And doesn't the Bleak Slopes convention close on Sunday?
Dusty, yeah. If you take the best bits of all the religions and leave out the Crusades and infidels, you have a plan. Exactly, man. You gotta open-mind it. Leave all the crap behind you. Take out the best parts. You might be onto something.
It's all like voodoo and stuff.
Reality.
Is this the Warrens?
Go here. Solo.
I like the Warren stuff.
Yeah, that custom builds. What are we showing?
No, this is what Sidious was talking about. The Warren's basement. I just looked it up.
Yeah, they have a museum with all this crazy.
It's like a museum.
Stuff. Yeah,
but it's all like voodoo looking stuff.
It's everything they collected from like exorcisms and stuff like that, dude. But they have the infamous Conjuring doll, the Raggedy Ann doll in the basement, dude. It's crazy. They won't let you go 15 feet near it, and they tell you don't look it in the eye.
Yeah, Church and I were best friends.
And did they not allow cameras inside of the building?
They won't do that.
Well, someone took pictures.
Well, that's the media. They would let the media do it.
Contra, I already got my own religion. It's called realism.
Yeah, but the reason I say that is because remember at the Qatar Wellwood Cup, you would always hear stories about journalists getting their cameras broken.
Oh well.
By people.
Hopefully they had fun.
By people in Qatar. Destroying.
They had fun.
They can hear us from upstairs.
Destroying the cameras because they didn't want journalists pointing their noses at certain things.
Well, every time around Halloween, the Warrens would do around Connecticut and New York, they would do like a college lecture tour, and they would allow the media at that time to promote it for them. But other than that, they wouldn't let anything. They were very. If people didn't believe, they got really mad.
I'm always working on a Sunday. I don't even know what that means. I'm always working on a Sunday.
Same Sunday mattress.
Alexandria, Virginia does ghost tours in the downtown area. That's some pretty freaky stuff.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the Warrens footage was crazy, man. Like all these ghost shows on TV wouldn't exist today without them. They were like the first pioneers.
Man, I love those ghost shows, the ghost stories. But I feel like religion's a little self-projective. Like what you feel, what you do behind closed doors, what you believe in. What you believe in society, how you feel society should be. Everyone's going to have an opinion. Everyone's going to have a thought, a value. how you judge your thought, your value might be different from this person to the next person. It's going to work all different for individualities. What I do for me, how I sail my ship to the motherland isn't going to work for the next person. You know, like it's all kind of subjective. So,
oh, definitely.
As religious as I might want to be, or I feel I should be, versus the next person, this, that, whatever. It's all kind of what I want to do behind closed doors. That's up to me. What the next person wants to do behind closed doors, no judge, no value.
Dude,
that's you keep it behind closed doors. That's your prerogative. You know, that's your lifestyle. That's your values. I can't judge what you do behind closed doors. That's your life. You know,
dude, one of these one of these ghost shows came up here to do. In Bridgeport. There's a famous the Remington Gun Factory, and it's really haunted. Slowly, it's really haunted. And the Warrens, Ed Warren was from Bridgeport, so he did a big thing on it. So one of these ghost shows, they came to do like pick up where he left off, and he's passed away. And the cop on the show, the cop's like, "You don't need to worry about the ghosts." He's like, "You're in Bridgeport, Connecticut." He's like, "You shouldn't be here at night." And the dude's like, "What?" It was hilarious because it's in a dangerous.
It's worse.
It's in a bad neighborhood, dude. It's this
And
old
speaking
haunted.
of ghosts, how great was the Monster Fighters theme 10 years ago?
Oh, I love that team. You know that.
Good. They had the zombie set that was so coveted. I think it retired in like a month or something. Zombie Groom and Zombie Bride. Any of you got that?
The haunted house is going to be a lot of people's favorite sets. And favorite set forever.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I have it. I haven't built it though.
Oh, you gotta have fun in life. You only live once.
You haven't built that?
I have it. I just haven't built it.
Are you planning on selling it? Is that why?
Oh no, I'll build it eventually. You don't want to know my backlog, Nick. You do not want to know my backlog.
How many sets do you think you've got in your backlog, Eric?
Every single one known to man.
Oh, is that the?
You've never seen this, bro, but this is the vampire blood bank I built. Speaking of monster fighters, it's a.
Oh, nice.
You can see more.
Nail, you've never seen Bricklock whip out Ziploc bags from vintage era?
Yes.
Is that Monk from?
Is
that Monk
from? I know he's got
Monster Fighter
big,
sets?
I know he's got a big backlog.
No, I mean, did you mock it from Monster Fighter sets, or
there's Monster Fighter figs in there, but the rest of it's from my head. Like I just built the.
Oh, okay.
There's stained glass windows and stuff, and some.
It looks good. It looks
breaking it.
It's just like a little vampire thing. Yeah, I love Monster Fighters, dude. I'm all about it.
And also to all the Australians out there who are telling me Big W have some good sales right now. I'm trying to save money because all of the stuff at Big W right now is crap.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a hindsight. Save money because there's so much crap from Citizen Brick, Eclipse Bricks, K-Town Bricks, random minifigures, old school sets that you might want to pick up.
Yeah, exactly. Because I saved $8,000 in 5 years. 1,000 of that is going to be for Ubers, and 1,000 of that is going to be for food.
Did you say you're going to see some stadiums, Mayo?
Yes.
Good Lord, $8,000 in 5 years. Were you working part time?
No, just saving whatever money I can.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Which stadiums are you going to check out?
I'm going to go to the United Center, Soldier Field, Wrigley Field, and Ryan Field.
Comiskey
Who are you traveling with? Who's coming with you? Are you flying in solo? Are you going solo styles?
I'm going with my auntie because she likes Chicago.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And she wants to see some things in Chicago.
So your auntie's going to have to be forced to hang out with you in the lobby with all us drunken A-holes, adult hoarders of Lego.
I don't know.
I haven't heard that acronym.
Wrigley's awesome, dude.
A-holes? Adult hoarders of Lego?
The rest are whatever. Soldier's cool, but Wrigley's like it feels really special at Wrigley.
With the Ivy.
I don't want to go inside the stadium. I want to take selfies outside the stadiums.
Wrigley's awesome.
I want to go to the South Center. I want to go to South Chicago.
The only reason I want to go to Soldier Field is so that I can use the hashtag dead quarterbacks Sid Luckman to Justin Fields.
Didn't they kind of
go walk down the alleyways with the slingshot is what I want to do.
Didn't they just revamp Wrigley Field a little bit, like fix it up or something like that?
Is that
The
allowed?
whole area has been redone. Like they call it Wrigleyville. There's like a new hotel, all the bars, all the restaurants. Like they've.
Because it's one of the oldest, right? One of the oldest still. It's one of the oldest stadiums.
Yeah, because old Yankee Stadium
right
got
page here.
torn down.
Dude, who got this here?
What's older, Fenway Park or Wrigley Field?
They're about the same.
About the same.
I can't remember if Fenway Park got renovated or not.
Fenway's smaller than you think. It's not that big, dude. It's smaller than you think. Old Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, it is small.
That's where it's at, dude.
Yeah, but at least the boundaries of the fields is still bigger than that Little League Park. I mean, New Yankee Stadium.
Nailed it.
Yeah, the only difference though is that the Red Sox are like Gollum, and the Yankees are like Frodo, and they're always chasing the rings that we have. So, there's only about 25. There's only a major difference of about 25 or so.
No. The Yankees have 27 World Series.
They have
we
7.
Have 10, so it's 17.
They have 7.
Who's we?
No, we have 10.
They have 7.
Mayo's part of we. Are you part of Boston?
I bet you we can make that fun happen.
Yeah, you know how they made those soccer.
Mayo, what's your auntie's name? And if you don't mind me asking, how old is Auntie Mayo? Those are all statistics that are going to be determined. We need to determine those values before we get
factor them in.
You don't have to disclose if you don't want to.
You don't have to exactly. You don't have that's personal information. You don't have to disclose nothing. I'm just saying, Auntie Mayo might be out for the Rocks, and you're having a good time. What happens if Auntie Mayo has a better time than Mayo does?
So you know how they had those the soccer stadiums?
Could be turned loud.
Stadium? I sort of want them to make like a Wrigley Field or like a Fenway Park, but I don't know if they'll ever do that, just because those are more just American central and not for the world.
Cheers, Dusty.
But those be cool stadiums to get.
If it's a big enough stadium, they would do it. There are some world icons. Like I think, I mean, they can always do ones that have been torn down too. Like I
want like a baseball stadium, like
Brick
not
Revolution
just like a soccer one.
Brick Revolution.
Brick Revolution.
The host, Big Bates, doing the host.
Because Stud Cities, I think we have 9, not 10. Sorry, and I think what you're forgetting is that the Boston Americans and the Boston Red Sox are the same team.
Yeah, no, they don't count those that's not Major League Baseball, bro. It's 7, bro. Trust me. When you on TV here, on ESPN, they have 7. They don't count the old ones because if they're that, then the Yankees have like a bunch more. So, dude, they don't count those. I think they have them, but those don't.
No, we're not.
I'm leaving if we're doing this Yankees Boston thing again. I'm not getting through that.
We're not
again.
talking about Major League Baseball. We're talking.
I thought we were talking about fucking Castle. Fucking Lego. We're fucking talking about sports ball. Fuck.
Who cares?
World Series.
All right.
Let's see that A-frame cabin.
Let's talk about sports
see
ball.
that A-frame cabin.
Here's the A-frame.
I'm right, and Stud City is.
You're not, dude. But whatever. You don't even live in this country, bro. You're not right.
This is the new beef in Chicago.
And also, it doesn't matter with the Yankees because Real Madrid are more.
Hey, Sean, I drop it and he keeps it going, bro.
You won't ever drop it.
Well, because dude, they're the best sports team in history. Like,
No, that's Real Madrid.
All sports teams, man, they're all a product of bread and circus, you know.
We can go back and forth until the cows come home, stud.
Mayo, no one cares about Real Madrid in the superpower.
If you don't know what bread and circus is, go look it up.
Yeah, and you know what?
No
one inside the soccer world cares about stupid American cricket. I mean baseball.
Yes, they do, because they buy Yankee hats everywhere. It's a brand, bro.
Yeah, I'm offended. I'm offended.
Macro, what are we eating there?
You're wrong.
Looks like
Oh,
some
no,
pasta.
I'm just joking.
It looks like pasta.
All right, we got the front entry thing ready to go.
Nice.
Was this the Thunderbox or what?
The
Up house.
Oh, up house, nice.
They even put a
Nice.
Yankees printed tile in there in the back if you look close enough.
It is a Yankees tile in there.
Good. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Sean. I was blinded by
I don't even like the Yankees, to be clear, but like, I don't like the Yankees, but it's like everything. It's whatever. I don't want to bring it up again. It's just
I know where your loyalty lies, Sean.
people that hate the Yankees in the States still recognize that everything Sidious is saying is like they are the most. It might be the most like famous brand. Like they're up there with like Coke, and they're a very big brand.
Nike,
the Maple Leafs,
Yankees,
it might
Lakers,
suck, but they're up
Cowboys.
there.
Right,
Let's carry
exactly. The Maple Leafs are still huge. They don't win anymore, I don't think, but like they're big.
No, they don't win.
Dude, you know what I thought was cool? I was talking about it last night with Mayo. Is that when the Connecticut doesn't have sports teams anymore, we had the Whalers.
That's funny.
But when
Hartford Whalers.
They moved to North Carolina, and now when the Hurricanes play here and they play Boston, they wear the Connecticut jerseys, which is pretty cool that they do that. Like that shocked me when I saw them do that. It was
They also want to sell tickets, but
and jerseys, bro. Yeah, but I was like, damn, dude, they busted out the old jerseys. Like the Whalers haven't been around since I was a little kid.
They had the pants too. I remember the Whalers. They had the long pants.
We're done.
All I know is that American sports is not world sports.
Okay.
Whatever you say, Mayo. Whatever you say. You're right.
American sports is so controversial. You know what? You know what it's all about? It's about the Canadian sports. When you get hit in the face,
Lacrosse.
with a lacrosse stick, that's when you know shit's real.
The lacrosse league.
Exactly. Nick knows where it's at. Nick knows where it's at.
So how about
the Calgary Hitmen? Aren't they called the Calgary Hitmen?
Big Nate in the house. Cheers, Big Nate.
What's up, brother?
Good.
Happy Saturday Shenanigans, man.
So how about those curlers?
How about those curlers? Hard, fat. You know, curling's a lot like sex, isn't it? Hard, fast, slow, quick, go.
Macro.
Stop,
I thought you said what happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors, right?
I forgot that one. My bad. My own rule. I broke my own rule.
Broke your own rule.
Cheers, Nick. I broke my own rule. My bad.
Now, if you have a curling arena in your,
But I wasn't lying. Now was I?
Dude, there's a lot of stickers in this set. I'm aggravated.
Set.
They're all on circle tiles too. It's the worst.
Oh, you gotta make sure those are straight on the circle.
I know. It's fine. I've done. My clock is a little questionable, but it looks all right at a glance. But if I stare at it, I get aggravated. Yeah.
Vic and Wicks isn't going to want to buy that set then.
I didn't know Uptown House had stickers. What kind of stickers are they putting in the Uptown House? Like, how many stickers you need in that bad boy? I thought it was all balloons.
It's fine. Like, my door looks good. That was pretty chill. I just don't get why they don't. I hate the ones that don't have a very. There's not enough guidance for them. You know what I mean? Like the doors on this, there's no real guidance on the door other than like
sounds like a
getting it right. And
you're just hoping the backside of the sticker lines up.
Yeah.
Damn blue bricks.
I would pay 20% more to have I don't get it, especially on the high end sets. It's so aggravating.
Dude, somehow I attract mud all over my house, and I can't. I'm pissed because I can't turn on the vacuum this late at night.
There's no way I'm done this set with all these extra parts.
Plus, it slows you down.
Modified.
Hive bought 2 of those. I'm curious to see how he mashes them up to make a big one.
Dude, there's some cool vids out there. Really simple. Like, I think I want to try to bricks and pieces, just some balloon. I don't care about having the back. I mean, I'm just gonna put it on a shelf. I do want a bunch more balloons though.
Dude, this is
balloons are definitely wimpy on this.
Yeah.
Time to build Carl.
Yeah, but so how many of those up houses sets would you need to get the actual amount of balloons that are in the movie?
I don't know, but like 2 looks good enough to me. I don't even know if I want. This guy just basically did a mirror build and then just put a S ton of balloons on the one.
Yeah, the size of the scale, it is 2 sets worth of balloons would look good enough. It should look good enough.
Dude, what the hell's an S10? Like, watching the millennials over here?
I'm trying sometimes, but yeah, too, and also the way that it's placed, I don't know that it would hold much more than that. Like, you'd have to, I don't know, you needed to change the infrastructure a little more.
Nate, did you finish the Skeletor set you were building?
Yeah,
not quite. I'm done with 4 of the 5 towers. But yeah, no, we were on spring break last week, so I haven't built anything in like 15, 16 days. It's
Is
been
that
horrible.
the Mega Construct? The Mega Construct.
Nice, man.
I want to get the Havoc staff. I want to get the Havoc staff. That looks pretty rad, dude. It's like
that's badass. And the He-Man sword that's about to release, that's gonna be pretty cool too.
Ooh, He-Man sword.
Yeah.
Oh, more He-Man, sick.
They make the Skeletor Havoc staff in purple, like giant ones, like human size. It's really cool.
I'm digging these figs. Everyone's right though. We did need Kevin, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Kid's head. Sean, let me see the head mold.
Yeah, we need more figs for sure.
On the kid?
Yeah, I don't know his name. The kid, he's got a hair and hat mold, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty dope too.
I like his backpack.
Didn't they say?
Oh, we got the flags on the house.
Yeah, the flag showing up in all the green spots.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they should have made that a 2-in-1 and had like where you could have the house before.
By far, it's not even close. I like it.
It's a cool little fig though. The head mold looks cool with the hat. Dude.
What happens if you hold up a
green
hat? Brick? What happens if you
Russell,
hold up a green
it's a Stranger Things hat, right? Is that what I heard? Can anybody confirm that? Same Stranger Things?
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah,
that's not the Stranger Things hat.
It's different, yeah. It looks close. I think it's a little different though, dude. Because the one
because the Stranger Things hat has more puffy hair at the back.
Yeah, and it's like it's not tipped up.
But is it the same hat?
Yeah,
like,
it's different. It's different. Look, he's holding it up. Nick's holding it up. It's different.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that one's more down. The Russell one's like cocked up like mine too.
Yeah. It's kicked up, and the hair is
Does
different.
anyone have the upside down house nearby?
Yeah, Sean does.
What do I need?
The upside down house.
I have.
Oh no, I don't. I didn't buy. I had no interest. I don't like that show.
Yeah, fucking like that. It's a piece of garbage.
I like the first season, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. I don't like when the big bad ends up being an alien or something. It just bores me. I don't like it. I had the same problem with that show as I had with It. Like It had such a great. I'm talking about the original. I still didn't see the new one, but
new ones are good. The new ones are good.
But Sidious, you remember the made for TV It?
Yeah, I was gonna say people don't realize the original It was TV. It was just for TV, and then they made it.
It was a mini series. It was like a two-parter. Yeah. And then when they revealed what it really was, I was like, "This is stupid." And then they did the same thing basically with Stranger Things, which is probably why they did that. And I'm like, I'm out. The stuff that I had in my mind was way cooler, I guess, than what it ended up being. So I'm like, I'm out.
The original It VHS, people didn't realize that was just a TV show, and they just put it all together into it, like in one story. It cut the editing. They took the commercials out and just put it, as one thing. The new one, the new ones are good.
I'll give them a whirl. But like, anyway, Stranger Things. I got into like the second episode of season 2, and I'm like, I'm out.
Chain.
Did you Sean? Did you see the studded things T-shirt I showed you? The Stranger Things
No.
logo. I did.
Yeah, it was sick.
I
I did
saw
like
that
the
on
studded
Instagram.
thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell a T-shirt. Holy cow!
Sidious, how's that castle? How's that castle thing coming?
Oh, I'll show you. I'll have that for this week. I got to finish up a little bit, but I was still trying to figure out the concept. Like I told you, with it's going to be 2 brick heads on the shield. I'm messing around with it, but I'll show you this week before I post it. I'll show it to you. So if you have feedback or whatever.
Okay.
Dude, some kid keeps hitting me up, and he's like, can you help me in my group about a clothing line, this and that? I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, how can I give you 30 years of marketing experience and design skills and help you with a clothing line? I can't just do that for you overnight, bro. Like, it took me 30 years to be able to do it, like learn how to market a brand and like lots of experience. And he's just like thinks that you can just tell him how to do it. It's like, bro, there's YouTube. Watch it. And like, I didn't have YouTube. Like, come on.
What did
dude.
John Cena spend 20 plus years doing in his song?
Wrestling for sure.
This kid he keeps hitting me up. Why don't I get sales? Why don't I do this?
Wasn't it seeking knowledge and something?
The doctor of thugonomics.
You don't spend 20 plus years seeking knowledge. I'll tell you right now. If you guys spend 20 plus years seeking knowledge, you definitely seek the wrong kind of knowledge.
You're talking to the wrong guy.
I mean,
That's right. That's right. It should only take you like 3 or 4 years at best. Come on.
I have no problem giving someone advice and tips and everything, but you can't teach someone
everything is already in a book. Come on. Everything is already in a book. It's already written down in the encyclopedia. It's already over Wikipedia. If you can't find out the knowledge that you need to know within the last 15, 30, 45 minutes, you probably dive
No,
in.
the reason I say that is because it's lyrics in the song.
No, I get that, Mayo. This dude just expects me to like
everything on YouTube, everything on the government, everything on taxes, everything on health, everything on whatever you want to know about life. It's already been explained, expelled out. That's why we're going to deviate.
I can't teach someone like 30 years of experience. You know, like you just have to do it, bro. Like how am I supposed to hold your hand and teach you?
The reason why they're coming to you
hold your hand all day long, man.
Take the easy way out, and they don't want to do the work on their own.
Like, man, like, dude, like, it baffles me sometimes.
We'd have to eat your words there for a minute. Shit.
If you have specific questions,
hey, Sidious, I think you're looking at this wrong. You need to make a list of little podcasts where you tell people you will show them how to do this 30 years experience overnight and then charge them $100.
Yeah.
Don't actually teach them anything.
And then you've got to pay YouTube, and then you've got to pay YouTube sponsorship money and make a 5-minute teaser video saying, stick around to the end of the video and then click my link. I'll show you how you can sell real estate by buying nothing that costs more than $1.
I mean, if he asked me, like,
it doesn't have to be 5 minutes, though.
If he asked me how to...
It does not have to be a 5-minute video. You know why? You know why it does not have to be a 5-minute value? Because this is the world we live in.
Like, if you ask me...
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Exactly, man.
If anyone's seen those spam, but if anyone's seen those
the hell was that?
videos before you watch a YouTube
It's everything in that video.
Yeah, that was a mashup video.
That's the best. That's how it is. That's the real world life values, you know? If I can explain it at best, you can try hard. You can try the hardest you want to be. Doesn't mean the world's going to give it to you. It's not there. It's not there for you for the taking. It's there for you for the working.
That's like it's like macro. Me asking you like one thing, like, oh, how did you do the cabinets this way? But I wouldn't ask you like, okay, how do I build this entire house?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you have the experience doing that over years of all, all kinds of carpentry stuff. Like, I can help someone with like certain little things, but I can't just be your personal, like branding guy.
I can't give it to you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can't give it to you.
And also,
well, I could give it to you, but you're gonna have to put in the work.
Bugging Stud Sidious over and over again about how to do X, Y, and Z, and you're not gonna get an answer.
Undercutters.
It's hard to. There's so many different strategies and ways to go about things with branding that it's hard to. Like, this person keeps asking me, why don't I get any sales? Well, there's a million reasons why you're not getting any sales. Like, I can't. If you ask me, hey, how do I do Facebook ads? I can show you how to do that, but I can't. Yeah. If your brand is broken, you have to start from the ground up, and I don't know how. Like, there's so many. It depends on what you want to do, what you're trying to achieve. Like,
what do you want out of life exactly?
Yeah, it's so involved that like. People don't get that. I don't know. It's just hard to explain.
Not to mention when people ask me that kind of stuff, like related to what I do, I'm like, I do that all week. I really don't want to talk about it in my spare time.
That too.
Oh, that's exactly, Sean. Like, spare time. Like, oh, man, we could go off about crap all day long, life scenarios, but on your spare time, well, my spare time, you know what? This is where I'm at. This is what I do. This is the fun I have. I might do a sloppy stream. It might be a legitimate. It might be a legitimate kind of like maybe something you might take away from it. Maybe some real life values up in that crap. But whatever I do, like nothing serious, nothing crazy, too humble. Everyone can relate. Everyone can take away from something. Like whether it's super serious, you got child support, you got fucking bankruptcy, you got fucking drug issues. It could be super serious. Or we can kind of like peter away and be like, hey, this is our life. A little dome, we're collecting Lego. I'm sloppying on this set. We're having fun. This is our dome where we're at. Like, how far do we want to dive into the situation of life and where we're all at versus what Lego is,
like what Sean said I can't, like, I don't even do it for my own Lego page and channel. Like, I could pump out YouTube content and blow up a channel. That's what I do as a business.
I do it. I do it for a little bit of content and a little bit of, Lego keeps me out of like a lot of trouble. Like Lego keeps me motivated to work, motivated to get the next job done, motivated to make the next umpteen X amount of dollars, so motivated to do the next whatever. Versus if I didn't have Lego, what would I be doing? I'd be riding motorcycles, getting into trouble, fucking drinking too much, fucking sleeping with hooker.
I get that, but like what Sean
behind closed doors.
But like what Sean said, I'd
be doing too much trouble.
I'm doing marketing all week that I don't want to do it for my Lego week.
Yeah, again, too much. It'd be too much fun. Like, Lego is a fine balance. That's what we get. People don't. It's hard to explain when you've been drinking too much all night on a Friday night. Is it Friday or Saturday?
What are you, Macro? You saying the blocks keep you off the block? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, man. Like, how much Lego has kept me out of trouble. Straight and narrow. Dude, look, I actually got it to bend together. Like, I didn't think we'd get this to bend together. Look, we're bending together, right? And we've come together as a group, as a collective of all crosses of life, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter whether you're a construction worker, an engineer, a lawyer, oil rig worker, right? Whether I'm collecting garbage around the city block, I'm a trash, what's the proper word for a trash collector,
A sanitary worker.
It doesn't matter what you are, like Lego does it all. But the fact that you come from all these walks of life, and that's where our like all these channels get big and small, big and small, big and small. That's where I come in. I just crush it because we're all walking the same walks of life. You could be high on mushrooms, solving yourself issues. You could be drinking too much, just doing your own thing, having a party inside my own head, right? You could be having an epic green screen background behind you with the Canadian flag. You could have Max 6 foot, 7 foot tall. You know, like everyone is just doing their own thing, having fun. And what Lego does is it deviates all those crappy issues of life, whether you got COVID, mommy values, right? Like my mom might be dying of cancer, you know, like whatever. Monetary values, daddy issues, you know, whether you're broke, living large, whatever it is, everything Lego brings it to a one small conjunction point where no one cares. And this is a key issue where I come from, is I don't care and nobody cares about all the small issues. Like, did you have to pay $5 extra for your grocery bag? Did you have to pay $50 for your car insurance? I'm not worried about what that social experience is, other than the social experience of let's build brick. Let's build brick, man.
I recommend instead of mushrooms though, Sonoran toad, desert toad venom. That was the craziest trip I ever had in my life.
But on the hindsight,
yeah, Licky the
I
Frog.
mushrooms, and they got to come to me and say, "Hey, man, mackerel, I'm struggling. I'm high. I'm tweaking. I'm enlightened." And I'm not gonna look at it as like I'm high and I'm tweaking. I'm gonna look at it as I'm enlightened. I'm enlightened, and I want to talk about a certain situation. Let's hash out the situation, man. Let's have fun. Let's talk about that situation. Let's talk about how humanity could be better than where we are right now, especially within the Lego YouTube community. Like, we could be 10 times beneficial. Why is someone worried about? Why is Butt Chop worried about half the crap that guy's got to worry about? He doesn't have to worry about nothing, man. That guy's such a good, humble, wholesome human being. That why is he got to worry about the small, crappy issues when he's such a good human being?
He does a great job with the 70
surrounded by certain people that fucking don't.
That's just because Butt Chop's Butt Chop. That's what he does.
He does a great job though with the 72-hour stream. That's a lot of work, and he brings.
Man, that guy's epic. That guy's got so much into the community and humbleness and niceness. Like, why is he got to worry about his self-life? About people that like him or don't like him when he loves everyone, man. Like, that's just
I don't think he really cares that much, to be honest. But he plays
all that stuff.
You know,
all that stuff comes to fruition in the Lego YouTube community. Like, we can deny, like, dude, I can deny my lifestyle, right? Like, I can deny my lifestyle. Hey, you know, I'm grade A. I'm a fucking lawyer. I do whatever or whatever. But you know what? It's hard to deny it when you're on here all the time and all that crap comes to fruition. All right? Like, I got my issues. Here they are. This is what I represent. How can I help out the next guy, even though I got my own personal battles or issues, you know? And just keep working forward. That's what society is about. That's what the world's about. Fuck the government. Fuck all the rest of that shit. That's how we get ahead as a society, is we represent each other. We work together with our differences and keep pushing forward, man. Like, screw the rest of the crap that's going on.
Up too. The 72-hour stream is coming up in July, end of July.
Well, there's no guarantee.
Chicago, all that stuff. That's how we get ahead, man. That's how humans relate, though.
Whether he wants to organize it this year, and so if he doesn't want to organize it, then
if he doesn't, I'll step in, because that's how humans relate, dude, man. That's how we get ahead. That's how we have fun. That's how we represent each other. That's how we relate to each other.
We already booked our time.
I've told him in the past if he wants to give up the mantle I'd be willing to help out.
Fucking episode, wasn't it?
It's a lot of
Because-
work, Mayo, dude. It's a lot of work.
Because
Bro.
it is a lot of work, and especially as the community has grown since he first started it, he's been getting
But that's what the fuck I'm talking about, though. It's the YouTube community has grown so much because of fucking one guy, Butt Chop, because of two guys, because people put in that effort. They want to put in that effort. He might get nothing out of it, but he's willing to put in that effort to help out you, me, you, and me, right? Like so much more. And as you get bigger, ACOB, as you get bigger, a lot of those channels kind of dissipate, right? Like you might know them, you might forget the macro, the Butt Chops. You know, they're the small guys. But as you get bigger, they're the ones that were always there all the time.
Yeah,
and Nick's got to go. So,
hey, Macro, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for letting me on today. Great talking with you guys.
Later, Nick.
All right. See you, Nick.
Take it easy. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, and so like, if he ever does decide to quit, I know there'll be plenty of people who would be willing to step up. To step up, help keep it going until the end, until we're all dead.
Dude, the cool thing about Butt Chop is half the people that he puts into those streams, some of them he doesn't even truly like, and he just does it. Yeah, he just does it because he's good like that. Like he's a good dude. So, you know, and like, or they don't like him and they talk shit about him, but he still does it, and like he's a good guy.
Oh, it's also because anyone can sign up.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't have to let people in if he doesn't want to. That's what I mean. Like, he's a good dude. Even the people that talk crap about him, he still doesn't mind. He lets them in because he does it for the community. It's a lot of work what he does too. And I appreciate that. Like,
yeah, because like, I got a lot of big breaks from that, so I'll always be eternally grateful.
Dude, he's such a good guy. Like, I was joking with him when I asked him, I'm like, isn't it coming up soon? And he reminded me, he's like, dude, it's right on your birthday every year. And I always forget. And he's like, you want me to change it? I'm like, dude, I would never ask you to change it. Why would you even say that to me, man? Like, for my birthday, you're going to change it? I was like, no, dude, I would never even ask you to do that, number one. And why would you even say that to me? I would not expect that. He might have been joking, but I was like, dude, why would you even say that? Like, I would never, like, you put in so much work to that thing. I would never ask you to shift it because of me. And I don't even stream on it. I just go on other people's streams, you know? Like, I would never do that, dude. He puts in a lot of work for that thing. A lot.
Yeah, he does.
You know, everyone puts in a lot of work to all their stuff. And that's the kicker. You know, you got to have fun. And this is where I think the Lego community could bond together. Because we look at the world and all the structural, societal issues that we got going on. You don't get that with Lego. You really don't get that with Lego. Like, dude, I could be black, white, round eye, square eye, you know, cross-centered, googly-eyed. Nobody cares. They're all looking at me and we're having fun. And that's the kicker, man. I feel like that's the legit kickers. Everyone's building, rocking out, coming up with a new concept, a new mock.
Where did TJ go?
Bounce.
Come back.
He dropped out.
We can all have fun. And I feel like that's where I get a little bit of discomfort is when the political issues come into it, you know, like what the hell do I got to talk about my grandma for when we're just talking about Lego? Like, come on.
Oh, Jesus, man. All right. It's midnight. I'm heading out too. So
Nate said it. Jesus, damn political issues. See you later.
Hey, thanks for having me. Bye.
Later, man.
Bye, guys.
Nate.
See you later.
Big Nate. Peace out. Cheers.
See you, boss.
Dude, I got mud all over my house. Somehow I got mud everywhere in my house, dude. I'm so.
You got mud everywhere in your house, damn.
Well, you can tell by the way I awkward walk. I'm gonna shit my pants. There's no time to talk. I fuck came out, yeah, it was funny, and I'm standing here, but my butt feels muddy, and it's all right. It's okay. Please step out my fucking way.
That was a good segue. I'm just OCD about it, and I want to like I keep crunching around in the mud on my floor, and I want to vacuum, but I can't because it's late, and I'm respectful to the idiots that live around me.
Well, you gotta have fun, man.
I gotta start preparing for my next rant. Is there anything that you guys feel like ranting about?
How about yeah, I'm gonna give you a real twist, Mail. I'm gonna give you a real twist. How about the discomposition within the Lego YouTube community? And you can spin that off whatever way you want to, and that's the funny twist I'm gonna give you is the discomposition within the Lego YouTube community. Let's see Mayo's take on this whole ensemble. That's where I'm gonna leave my.
I'm thinking like why people take so long turning left at the freaking stoplight and they can't freaking go for a green arrow.
I can't even pull a U-turn where the U-turn is warranted.
Oh, slow drivers make me mad. Slow drivers piss me off.
Yeah, because my first rant was about how people still use the phrase "and whatnot," even though whatnot is now a company.
How about you touch on Mail? How about how psychedelics are a prevalent thing in 2023 and they may or may not help you?
Dude, Sean, speaking of Lego, I didn't get your full opinion. I know you talked about it on the show, but what do you think about the Little Mermaid clamshell?
Mermaid clamshell?
Yeah, what do you think?
I love clamshell.
Yeah, the set, yeah.
I mean, this is going to come off however it comes off, but there's issues with the title character for a lot of people.
Oh, I know that, dude. There's political wokeness.
So, there's wokeness. There's dark stuff. There's that, but my evaluation is like going to be based on the commercial. Like, I think it looks all right. So design wise, I like the idea. I need to see more of it, but it looks busy. It looks very busy.
Yeah, it is pretty busy. It is pretty busy, but it was kind of supposed to be that way.
But it doesn't mean I love Apocalypseburg, so that's the busiest, right? So I don't know. I need to see more of it, but like commercially, I'm concerned about it because there's a lot of people who are not going to see it because of the decisions that were made, and I don't know how the merchants.
I know, I get that.
I don't even think it's racism either. I just think it's like they've gone too far. Like some people are going to say it's because it's racism that they're not going to see it, and that's going to be true for a lot of people, no doubt. But I think for a lot of people, it's like, I mean, dude, there is aerial shit everywhere, and it's been ingrained, and that's like bringing back Luke and making him different for people. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough.
Yeah, but Johnny, that set's a display. It's not meant to be played with. It's not a play set, dude. So
I understand that, but people care about figs, and people would have loved to have seen I don't know.
No. I'm saying Johnny G says that you can't play with it, but I get his point, but it's not meant to be played with. So that's it's not a play set.
Well, Johnny G's got a great point. Like my wife rides for Little Mermaid, and she's not gonna ever have any interest in that whatsoever. So I don't know.
I get people like play sets. I have no problem with that, but it's just not meant to be that. And I'm not a big Disney.
Here's the other thing. Title characters aside, $170 set. Not that guys can't buy it, but it is very much Little Mermaid is by all accounts, aimed at females. It just is.
Yeah.
Like, is that a move to bring more in? Do they think the existing, female AFOLs are going to buy it? I'm really curious about that move. I'm interested.
Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest Disney fan. It works for them, and I'm not a huge Little Mermaid fan, but just from a design point of view, I thought for the price and with the parts you get and the way they made it was decent. But I get why people who like it and who are Disney fans and expect like play sets or something else don't like it. I totally get that. But I was just curious on what you thought about it.
I might like it. I don't know. TBD. I'm just giving you my evaluation from all angles. But as far as like I don't hate it, but it looks busy and was that white? I just need to see more. I don't know if white was the right decision.
More.
Yeah.
It's white.
What do you think about it, Macro?
Yeah,
show me more. I'm always a big fan of show me more. All my monetary value worth. Oh, I don't want a bunch of small pieces.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You've seen what we've
be getting
Macro?
Say what you were
What'd you
saying,
say?
Macro. What were you saying?
I don't want a bunch of small silly pieces. I want the full build out, right? Front, back, less balloons, more balloons. Whatever you got to do to make it a full standing. I feel like Lego has been bent off on all these like play sets, where they know where the monetary value is at. The monetary value is at the AFOLs, We're the ones buying the $400, $600, $800 sets. We're the ones who are buying the $200 sets times 5. We're the ones that are up there feeding what you want. So give us what we want. Stop thinking around. So give me like an upteen house with 18 balloons. Give me an upteen house with fucking 32 balloons.
I think that's what I said on the City. Isn't that what I said on the show? Was that our show where I said they should have done $170 up house and then did a $70 mermaid thing? Like that would have made more sense, Macro. Like,
you know what? If Lego was smart, like back in the day, give me a battle pack. All you did is sell me 16 balloons. You know what? And I would have paid $24 for fucking stupid 16 balloons on the upteen house. Just sell it to me. Sell it to me. I make it so I don't have to go sleuth out all your parts. I can go on I can go on Shop at Home and sleuth out all these parts, but make it fun and just give me these parts where I don't have to put in so much effort.
The thing about Up was, and I think what got everyone's attention, that's why the balloons thing is weird to me. Like the image of this house with like a F ton of balloons is I think what drew a lot of people in, and by shortchanging that, like I have to question it. I don't know. It's just a weird call.
I do think like a lot of big Moments of Magic wanted. He expected it to be like an underwater capsule or a place that, like what Johnny G was saying, like people over the Disney stuff, they were kind of expecting that, so it threw everyone off to see like basically a giant clam diorama. So, but we also don't know what the movie content is just yet either. So
yeah,
we do know the movie content. It's going to be a beat for beat replay of
it's
the
a live
animated
action remake. Oh, I didn't know that.
But
Yeah,
let's
all
be
of them
real,
are.
fans of Disney properties have high expectations, and then when merchandise companies don't deliver, they'll always be vocal.
Well, most of the people expect the Disney sets, except for like the Disney Castle, which actually that kind of was playish set too. It was just done really well. But now that there is these adult diorama sets, and they put it on the black box, like Lego was definitely like segmenting it into this adult Little Mermaid set. So that's why I'm curious to ask people, because and like I said, I have no stake in the game. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
I got no stake in the game, and I'm an asshole. So if you want to sell me, if you want to sell me a $320 Lego set, a $200 Lego set, and you want to tie it to a 3D Star Wars movie, fine. Make them both fucking epic. If you got a $200 80 Star Wars movie, if I gotta pay $160 to get to that movie ticket and it's 3D and I have the time of my life, and I walk out of that movie theater reaching for an X-Wing in 3D, man, I'm so intent to that movie. You hit all the accords. You've hit my emotions, you've hit my physicality, you got everything as a human being that I'm at to tap into your movie and to pay you money. But if you're just gonna limp me along and kind of like show me a glimpse of something good and expect that I'm gonna pay you all my money when I can just go out to the pub downtown and give them all my money, like, come on, like, give us something good. If you want your viewers to pay you and you want us to keep coming back and back and back, you can't give us an X-Wing. Hey, I've showed it here before. I'm going to show it here again. I'm going to take it off the hinges. I don't even care how much time it takes. If you can give us an X-Wing that's better than this X-Wing, don't even waste my time. Why are you even trying to make me pay for another X-Wing? Dude, this is the X-Wing that you got to base your crap upon and make it better. If Lego can't deliver a better X-Wing than what they got, Get out of here. Why are you
That's
wasting
why
my
I'm
time?
always so critical of
Make me mad.
Lego's market
Make me mad.
research, because Lego wouldn't
I have
have
a
to
good point, Neil. You better have
increase
a good point.
because Lego wouldn't have to increase the prices of all of these sets if they just gave us the sets that we'd want, because that would be guaranteed money if they actually did better market research.
Well, I actually think that giant clam for the parts usage and the parts that it comes in there is not that badly priced. I kind of would expect that to be like another $50 to $100 more, actually. But so with today's Lego prices, when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's actually kind of cheap for what it is. But again, I'm not a big fan of that kind of genre. So
all I know is when my wife sees that on the shelf,
If
we'll
they
be
had
getting
better
it.
market research, then Lego might not
Hold on.
have had.
Lock's been trying to say.
Yeah,
Locke's been trying to say some stuff.
What did Eric say?
Locke, what's your evaluation, dude?
I just look at it like I mean, in our family, like, you know, inclusiveness and whatnot, we're like, we don't really judge what anything, you know, changes or whatever. But like, I can guarantee you, the moment my wife sees that on the Lego shelf in the Lego store when we go in all the time, she's like, that's going on the counter to buy. Like, I'm telling
What,
you.
the X-Wing?
Like, no, the
Little Mermaid.
the clamshell.
But that's an epic set, though. That's something different, though. I get that. Lego's done something different. They put in their time, their monetary value, their research, their development. That's a legit set, though. That's not like the new fucking X-Wing that sucks.
No, yeah. But I don't buy Star Wars. I don't buy Star Wars Legos, though.
It fucking sucks. Lego
don't
should
bother.
tuck their tail between their legs. They should just start selling that new mermaid set.
So Eric, you're gonna get it basically.
X-Wing sucks.
Oh yeah, because like my wife loves the Little Mermaid. I mean, it was a big.
I'll buy
big,
that set all day long too. Dude,
Yeah.
I want to build a. As soon as I seen that set, I was like, "This is great. This is awesome. I want that. I will pay $320 for that set."
I thought Mac, I thought the same thing. I thought it should have been like a $300 set. It looks like one.
Yeah, when I
Exactly.
seen that new X-Wing, I was like, Lego owes me some money. When I seen that new X-Wing, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, Lego needs to pay me to build that set.
For a Lego diorama,
build that
it's
set,
big.
unless Lego pays me. Fuck that shit. Cheers,
For
Johnny.
a diorama set, that's a big. The Little Mermaid set is big, dude. Like for the I think it's kind of cheap.
I want Lupin shipped from Andor. That's what I want.
And the reason why the clamshell is a good set is because it's a concept we haven't gotten before. We've gotten
It looks good, man.
We've gotten X-Wings over and over again.
Yeah.
We've gotten apartments that look similar to the Queer Eye set, which was a poor selling set over and over again. We haven't got sets that look like the Little Mermaid clam before.
Exactly. Disney nostalgia, build techniques, looks good.
It is a little busy though.
Different.
Like Sean said, Sean was right. It is a little busy, but Coral Reef is kind of busy to begin with. But it is a little busy.
I mean,
And
if
I
people are
can
going to have that
imagine
big a
some
deal,
of the Coral Reef molds they made in those Friends sets are going to be reused in that clam set.
I think everybody's missing the point of the X-Wing too. There's a major influx
on the Predator right now.
Major influx of fans,
that come
myself
in and out,
included. Yeah, I mean, dude, a lot of us. In fact, some of these, baller YouTubers I've since found out, whatever, most of them haven't been around since 2013, and so a lot of people didn't get their hands on one, and they didn't want to pay whatever they are now. So that's why they did it, and it's going to sell. Like,
I have one.
They're always going to even when everyone says, "Oh, they make too much original trilogy sets," but that's because the sales metrics dictate that, and new kids are coming in and out of that age segment. But now the Clone Wars fans are aging up. They are the prequels fans to have money now, so more sets will slowly get made. But they will always keep making. Like
everybody
they make Spider-Man
just needs to
vehicles
chill.
over. They make Spider-Man vehicles over and over because kids age out, new kids come in, and they're going to make the same money off the same set. They're not stupid. It's a business. So, but you know what I'm saying, Sean. You get that how that works. But it's like they're gonna keep remaking them.
The X-Wing is like the classic, fire station and police station in Lego City. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's like the entry
It
point.
goes Falcon, X-wing, TIE fighter, and you could interchange TIE fighter and X-wing, but those are the three most iconic ships. Period. Nobody's gonna
But
tell me.
also, there's a reason why Lego keeps on making minifigure scale Luke's land speeders over and over again, and that's why it was such a joke when they made the UCS version.
Yeah, that's one of them too. It's like new kids are aging in, so for the play sets, they're gonna make. They knew it worked before. They got a bunch of sales off of it. They got a new set of kids coming in. They're like, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna make it a little better.
They still got a bunch of me's buying them though too. Like don't get that twisted. Kids are not buying UCS land speeders.
No, I'm talking about like the playset ones, though. You know how they keep making.
Oh yeah. No, 100%.
That's why it was so funny when they made a UCS version, because it was like, wow, they're kind of making a joke at themselves. And I'm going to be buying.
I don't
despite
think
everything
so.
you said, I'm going to be buying the UCS X-wing for different reasons. I bought the Luke's land speeder. I bought the UCS Luke's land speeder because it was a meme. I'm going to be buying the UCS X-wing when it goes on sale because the original UCS X-wing is my third favorite Star Wars set. So I just want to have the experience of building a UCS X-wing, and I'm not going to spend the money to go back and buy the original.
Yeah, I don't. I think the meme thing. You guys got to remember though, we live in this bubble here, and like they made it for a meme and all. Like they absolutely didn't, but to us, you know what I mean. Like to some people, it is, but like they did it because they think
the Tiger's butt meme came about.
Yeah, but they were like that worked in reverse though, right? Like, but I'm saying they knew they did it and put it out there because they knew they'd sell an F ton of these Land Cruisers. I don't know if they did, but.
Dude, Sean, that like what you said, I call that the fan blinders all the time. Like we have the
it's
fan.
Just crazy. There's so much fan blinding going on. Yeah,
and like it's like, dude, the AFOL market and the Lego fan market until recently when they started actually directing sets towards that segment was so tiny of what they sold compared to the families buying things as gifts for kids. Like there was such a tiny segment of the market, and now they're trying to make adult sets and like open up that market. But dude, us fans put fan blinders on, and they're like, well, they think, they made this because of a meme or this or that. No, they didn't. They just don't understand the whole scale of what they're doing as a business, man. But it is what it is, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to change people's minds, but it's.
Oh no, never. I try to, and everyone just yells at me. So
they don't understand that it's bigger than all of this. Like it's
much bigger.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, he's good.
I'll respond by, I joke when I say Lego makes sets because of memes, because I wouldn't be surprised if Lego looked at how well those minifigure scale Luke's land speeders sold, and they've probably done the same thing with the UCS, with the third UCS X-wing they're coming up. They would have looked at the sales of the minifigure scale X-wings and be like, is there a market for a bigger version of that? Let's try and see, and then we'll find out. And if it's a fail, don't do it again. If it's
they see what the old one's trading for too, though.
Yeah, exactly, and especially now that they own Bricklink, they get all that data as well, dude.
Yeah, they got all that. They got all that data, Mayo, from Bricklink. They see that the old one's trading for $600 or whatever. So they're like, people will see it like us. It's a deal.
When they released some of these sets that we were saying, well, actually no. For example, when that leak came out about the medieval village, and there was a goat in it. Even though that's a leak, we don't know if that's true or not. But do we really think there would be a goat in that leak if Lego didn't look at how much the goat is selling for on Bricklink and see, you know what, there's an opportunity there?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've gotten, like Sean says, Lego fans are never going to grasp the reality of the business side of it. I've tried to explain it to them a million times, and they won't accept it. But when you work in the industry and do stuff like I do or what Sean does, you see it from the bigger picture, and you get that, hey, it's way bigger than us, way bigger than us, and you take your fan blinders off, man, because that's how it works, dude. Unfortunately, I'm just glad that they finally started making adult sets and they started listening to us a little bit. Like, at least don't complain about that. People still complain. It's like, dude, they're trying. They made a segment for us. Chill out, man. Like, it'll come in time. But
People get so wrapped up in their emotions that they forget the reality that Lego is a business.
They're gonna keep making those classics over and
And
over.
it doesn't
again.
mean like you have to like it or buy it. You know, that's the other thing people miss. Like,
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
buy it. Go with your wallet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I always end up telling people. If you don't like a set, just don't buy it. Send the message.
They
to
will not
Lego.
make it again if you don't buy it. But
Yeah, if enough people don't buy it, they're not gonna make it because you're taking away that power.
The Lego fans definitely voted with their wallet by not buying the Queer Eye set at full price, and still no one is buying that at 40% off. We voted.
Nobody asked?
With our wallets. We vote with our wallets when Walmart has specific sets at deep clearance. We vote with our wallets 10 years ago when Lego can't sell enough Chima sets. So every time you spend $50 back in 2013, give away a $10 Speedor set. We vote with our wallets.
But the Queer Eye set had good parts and pieces. What would that Fab 5 have in it?
Yeah, the Queer Eye set, dude, has
some skin tones. What you got in the Fab 5? Some skin tones. Ooh, la di da.
What's
White,
up, Zizu?
the light bluish grey.
What's up,
Mason
Zizu?
Weeks is why I bought it at 40% off.
Love the background, Sean. Still rocking it. Killer.
Zizu's here.
Zizu. Long time.
But like all of these economics is something I'm going to have to talk about on.
Hey, Mail, you know what? Economics, that's up your alley. You should do the Lego economics. Actually,
Yeah,
you know what?
because,
That's
like-
a rotten egg.
like,
That's
one
a
of-
rotten
like,
egg
one-
stream
like,
all day. Hey,
15
excuse me. Excuse me. That's a rotten egg day stream all day long. You got to do the whole Legonomics because that's a rotten egg stream.
is that Panther still $210? Is that sold out yet at that deep discount?
Sorry, me. I was just joking with the whole fucking excuse me.
Well, I was gonna say he does that with love, Mayo. I mean, it's funny when he does that, but he's doing that with love.
Mayo knows we got brotherly love up over here. Mayo knows we got
We
brotherly
know
love.
because we do that to each other all the time.
Oh fuck yeah!
What you want to call it? The
That's where we're at. We bust each other's chops.
I was gonna say that's what I was trying to like. Rich Boy Andrew's show was going at people about the dioramas, and it's like, bro, you're comparing apples to oranges. Just because Rich Boy J, you prefer play sets over dioramas doesn't mean the market isn't dictated the other way, man. And he didn't get it, and it's like, dude, he was getting mad at some people in the chat. I'm like, bro, this guy does not get it. Like, yes, I'm glad that you like play sets, bro, no problem, but you don't understand how the market works, obviously, because it's apples to oranges. They're made under two completely different budgets. They're made for two different segments. They're made for two different demographics. Like, you can't, like, you can personally have an opinion and compare them, but in reality,
Bro, and it's 2023. It could take a spin. It could turn one way or the other real quick, right? 2023. People could want this or that and the other feller. This,
They're
that,
always
these,
gonna
and
go-
those.
they're always going to go off of marketing
Quick, real
data,
quick.
analytics, sales metrics. They're always going to go for the dollar, man. It's just the way it is.
Why
It's
do
easy-
the AFOLs want the shelf spaces, dude? I want the old school Lego shelf playset, man. I want that what do we call that? That old. It's the new Pirates one coming out.
The Eldorado Fortress.
El Dorado, man. Thank you.
Zizu, I saw the final trailer, and yes, I love it. Obviously, I still need to play the new port of the Skyward Sword. You were saying that was good. I remember playing the old one a long time ago, but I forgot
Yeah,
the game.
I need to do it too, but it's so close to this one where I'm like, I'm just gonna get Breath of the Wild too.
I think though I could blast through Skyward Sword pretty quick, like in
I-
a week or two.
Sean, here's
Dude,
one for
had
you
that
guys.
conversation, Phineas, but-
Yeah. And I want to be a part of this. Don't count me out, dude. I want to be on this. I want to be on this panel. Is it Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, or is it Pirates Castle? Like, what is what the fuck we want, man? Sean, I want to be a part of this. I want to be on that panel. Don't give me a hidden suitcase, bro. I don't even want a hidden suitcase, but I want to be a part of that. How can we, like, what theme do AFOLs really friggin' want, man? Like, what path are we diving down?
AFOLs want sets that remind them of their childhood. That's why.
No, not everyone does, though. No, that's the debate mail. Yes, I do. You do.
What's up, Brent?
As
Brent
debate mail.
I think that's a pretty. I think that's a. I
It's
think
an open-ended
he's right.
question.
So that's 1A. What do we really want? I'd bet the house on nostalgia too. But look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. They're giving you nostalgia, and then they try to mix new stuff in, like this the Horizon Zero Dawn stuff, and you know the problem is not everything has enough staying power to be a theme. So I think they're doing okay there. You know, like they're doing. You've noticed with Speed Champs, they're weaving in movie vehicles, you know, and that's very intentional to get people drawn in, because for me, like, I'm sorry, I appreciate it and I love that people are in it, but the Ferrari F220G doesn't mean anything to me, but you know, Dom's Charger means a little something to me. So like, I get why they do that.
Dude, I forgot that.
Like, I always, when people ask me what people care about, the best or what makes people care is like, you've got to make them care. That's why, you know, Sidious, we always talk about, like, that's kind of what we do. But like UFC, I'm going to start with UFC. UFC, by doing the weekly live show and the training camp shows and stuff, finally got you to care about these cockfighters. And otherwise, it's just two dudes punching each other. So without the right hype, you can come out with the most banging set ever, and it'll do okay off of the strength of that set. And somebody will say that was a great fight because two unknown dudes fought. But if you can get the perfect marriage of adequate hype of the two guys fighting, of adequate hype and lore and nostalgia of a set coming out, then you're onto a banger set. And that applies to like pretty much everything in life. So it all depends on how much they want to invest in these AFOL sets as far as hype. Like Star Wars takes care of itself in a lot of ways. Like it's funny, Sidious, people always are saying like Lego's advertising, and Lego, they don't advertise. they don't really advertise
Star Wars. Yeah,
they don't have to advertise for anything. They don't run ads.
Really.
They're doing digital side stuff, but do you know what I mean? Like people say the Lego commercial. I'm like, I haven't seen a Lego commercial.
Yeah, they don't do them
anymore. They used to make a lot of Lego commercials before.
I'm sure they used to, but my point is they rely on really like social us, a lot of people, you know, like higher end, of course, but that's what they rely on. And your brain and having nostalgia is the greatest drug there is. So I think you're spot on. That's number one. Because think about it, Macro. Like, how are you going to get a normie 40-year-old to all of a sudden start building Lego? It's not going to be like, look at these childish minifigs, bro.
You know what? It's the same as, honestly, this isn't where it's at. It's the same as RC cars, sports vehicles, whether you're snowmobiles, dirt bikes, exotic cars, right? Yachts, sports boats. It's what that feeling gives to you. That's where it's at, and that's what Lego's hitting on.
They don't.
What that feeling gives to you, and how is it artistic value? Is it a social value? Are you like a ritzy value? You know, it's tapping into all those emotions, and that's what Lego's trying to hit on. And
they
nailed it time again.
Yeah,
and talked about it. We've had all the people on the channel about it. That's where they're getting their emotions in and drawing, the same as the rest of the world. And Coca-Cola, you know, Pepsi, Ford. You know, that's where they get you.
Sean's right though. They don't advertise nearly as much as they used to.
They don't need to.
They do some
They
YouTube stuff.
know the product is already out there. Already out there, right?
And if
It's
you
been out
notice
there for the last
line of
45
Lego's
years.
advertising, they have
They
stopped
advertise the crap
doing
out of
as much
Rivendell.
since the Lego movie. Because everyone remembers
They do advertise a
Lego
cap out of
City
some shit
set.
for sure.
They'd have the character that said "Hey," and then they did the stop motion of putting the set together, and they haven't done that as much since the Lego movie. I think the Lego movie transformed the Lego group more than we actually know.
I'll correct
All right,
myself.
so here's my question from literally, we were all bitching. I'm not gonna lie. Literally, everyone was bitching about 8 months ago. Where's all these AFOL sets at? Right, where we at with that?
The advertising we're talking about, though, is traditional advertising. You don't see TV commercials. You don't see partnerships with McDonald's.
We got commercials up here in Canada. They got a couple of oddball commercials. They're kind of funny looking, but I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
you
lie.
don't see as much as they used to go gung ho. They've converted it most to social media. But I also have to
Oh
say,
man, they're not like a commercial, that's for sure.
I also have to say though that we have an ACOB math equation going on here because we have 3/4 of ACOB in the house with West Coast, Brent, and Sean here. But then ACOB now
Bell's not ringing though.
Is ACOB squared because it used to be a couple of brickheads and now you have to go to the second tower because there's 4. Where's Nicole? Where's Nicole been? How come she was on the last episode?
Yeah,
she's traveling.
That would be ringing though.
Oh, she got work stuff and personal stuff.
No, I think it's like a vacation thing. I'm not sure.
And when you're talking about traditional
2
advertising,
months from now, vacation. Yes, sir. 2 months from now.
So many people don't remember, but back when comic books were popular, Lego used to put advertisements on the back of comic books.
Oh, they were good. They used to, traditional advertising. They used to go gung ho, and they really like with most brands, they've converted most of the social media. But another thing, what people don't realize is like Emmasaurus is not the people in LAN like Emmasaurus. People think that those are where they get the most sales. No, they give the sets like Lord of the Rings set they gave to Nerd of the Rings. Nerd of the Rings he's not in LAN, and he's got his following crushes hers, and like people like Star Wars Theory, they give him sets. He's not in LAN. His following crushes anyone in the Lego community. It's Ryan's times 1,000,000. So they're smart. They still give influencers outside of LAN these huge sets, and they push those to the people that aren't typically Lego fans, and like that's just smart marketing. But all these LAN members are like, oh, this and that. I'm like, dude, yeah, but they're really giving the heavy hitters like Star Wars Theory, Nerd of the Rings. Those people are getting like they're bringing in a lot of sales that people don't realize.
Yeah, because everyone always.
Hey, Mel, start building fucking Star Wars poster boy. Yo it up. Just build Star Wars all day long.
Because like these people always say, well, these people in LAN, they're kind of small for being ambassadors, and it's right because
they are.
so many people like Star Wars Theory and all these other people you're talking about that Lego gives sets to and they even know that they are bigger marketers than people in LAN. The people in LAN are just people that go on about it all the time. Being an ambassador is different from being a marketing tool.
Well, it's a different because ambassadors. Well, here's the thing: the LAN people, Lego already knows they have that audience. They know that people like Lego in that audience. They want Star Wars Theory to pump it out to Star Wars fans that don't normally buy Lego that much or did buy Lego Star Wars as a kid, and they're like, "Oh, I want to get back into it."
In addition to nostalgia, you just reminded me of this because we just talked about this too. I think the biggest job they have to do, Macro, is get over the value proposition of Lego in that Lego can accomplish collectibles or just extensions of fandoms that nobody else can compete with. And by that, I mean like, I'm sure there's some Rivendell stuff out there, but like, to get all those characters, to be able to get it in a thing that's not super gigantic, I mean, it's a big Lego set, but it's not as big of a footprint as, let's say, if like Mattel was to try to make the thing, you know what I mean? Like, and so I think that's the other thing is they've got to be clever with coming out with stuff that nobody else can.
I guess,
And not
but
just,
then everything's
and it's
a
not just
fucking
limited to that,
collectible.
but like
the first 12-inch sub's a collectible. The first 15 amps a collectible. You know, like the first left-right signal is a collectible. Like all of a sudden, everything is a collectible. If Lego can get away with that bloody murder, you know, if Lego is that creme of a toy, a collectible, a piece of artwork. If Lego is that ensemble and it is the behold end all and everything, then like where's the line? I guess where I'm asking, like, where's the line? Like what set is the utmost at most?
What?
I mean, Johnny G is right. They still advertise during kids, like they do kids TV commercials during kids TV network.
Let's like say Lego's fucking better than Food Man though. Damn, where are we at with this though?
But there's a difference.
Like how far does Lego go versus it being like a piece of artwork, being a piece of collectible, being a kid's toy? You know, like we can argue it from whatever side: a kid's toy, artwork, a collectible, adults, hobby.
It's all the above, though. That's what I don't understand. Everybody
outlet, whatever you want it to be.
But that's the thing, Macro. It's all the above.
Okay, well,
it's all the above. It's a kid's toy. It's a collectible. That is why it works.
Then it's worth not 10 cents a Lego piece, and it's worth 30 cents a Lego piece.
People are always trying to make Lego into something that it's not. And the great thing about Lego is if you have enough imagination, you can make something.
You don't even need imagination. That's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. It's for everyone. Just like,
you know what? Right now, we gotta watch out for Con the Predator. I mean, producer.
Con the Predator. That's a good one.
But like the mocking thing is a whole nother world than what a lot of people do. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's for everyone. It's for all ages. Like there's people. They still sell the box of bricks, right? At Walmart.
Yeah, classic.
They still serve that. Yeah, they still serve that, but then they got your licenses. Then they got the create your own storyline stuff with, Castle. They give you very few little tidbits into the lore, and then people run with it, and that's great. I think they're covering all bases. I just think they're making some mistakes on the higher end of things, in my opinion. Like
I must say, from the nostalgia though, as a classic space fan who grew up on it in like the late 70s, early 80s, for me, they failed with the Galaxy Explorer, and I'm going to say why. Because yes, all the old Galaxy Explorer ships, like I had Set 442, which they called it the space shuttle, but it was really just a little poly box of a Galaxy Explorer, and it was flat. So I get why they made this giant flat piece of crap, but I expected with the new Lego system, the new parts, that this Galaxy Explorer was going to be like beefed up, really thick, like a molded out ship. Like take it into the next. Yes, it's nostalgic, but take it to the next level. And it like what they're doing with most sets, and they didn't do it. So from that nostalgia, it kind of bothered me. But that's just me being picky. But
I grew up with that set too, and like when I built it back in the 80s, and it was basically like 2 plates thick.
Yeah, it's just flat.
And, you know what I mean? Compared to the new one, which is like a lot more robust and way cooler than the original. I personally liked it. Galaxy.
I wanted it a little thicker. Like it's only like an inch thick. I wanted them to like do an underbelly.
I think it's a significant improvement to the piece of crap.
It's still pretty flat to me, but I mean, I get it. They wanted to do the nostalgia thing. I just wanted it to be bigger and beefier, but it seems like it's not selling that well. I hope that's not the case, but
I think it was an overstock situation.
Yeah, I haven't built it yet, so I don't have a conclusive. I don't have a conclusive opinion, but I think there is a misconstruction about how well that set is selling because people don't remember the reason why Walmart had that set on deep clearance is because they made too many of that set in the Mexican factory.
Yeah, but Target had it on sale too, man. Like I don't know,
yeah.
It was on sale a lot.
Yeah.
Target never had it,
and Target would have also put
Target
it on
didn't
sale.
have that set.
No, it was Hobbytown that I saw on sale.
You and your hobby town.
The swooshable action on this set.
You're right. I didn't see it in Target. It was
Where's that? I thought I had a purple. Yeah,
Sean, you got to check out Hobbytown.
But here's the thing, though. Walmart. Uh-oh.
Hey,
you're missing out on
Hobbytown set.
No, I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. I have my but I have my hobby town here. I think I told you that OP Taylor's place is a bet similar to that.
No, you probably have a Hobbytown there though. It's a chain, dude. So
I'll check. Yeah.
We just dropped a penny. Whoa.
I never knew it was a chain, dude, until I started really going to it because it was.
Now we're getting serious.
It was a crappy little store in a strip mall. I thought it was like a local Fairfield, Connecticut store. And then I realized it was a chain. And that's when I started posting pictures of getting sets early. I was like, dude, people check this out because your Hobbytown probably has these too. You know, like, dude, they have sets that are exclusive to Walmart in there. They have sets that are exclusive to Target in there. How? I don't know, but they do. Like it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what mine is. But it's more of an independent. There's only like 4 of these, but they get everything.
And like I said, they had Han Solo sets, like solo movie sets. And I was like, where did this come from?
And Hobby Lobby is a similar franchise.
Did you say Gobby Jobber?
No.
But my
Hobby
point is,
Hobby Lobby.
Back to the classic space. It from what I've seen, most places I've seen it, it's on sale. Like just not at the Lego store, obviously. But I'm a classic space fan. I don't want it to not do good. I want it to do good. But
you know what's funny? Because I know Eric rocks out the Secret Squirrel spaceship.
Yeah, it might not be
Eric's
selling.
got like 14 squirrels up over on there.
In the US, but it's
probably. We dropped it. I did drop it. But you know what? That's half the fun of Shenanigans.
I've never seen it on sale here, so it must be selling decently.
But for Walmart to put it on 50%, that was crazy.
No, Walmart. Somebody sold in way too many of those to Walmart. But this is what. Okay, so here's retail value I can add. Walmart can do that. They can really mess up a brand or a product because they buy so many, and if it doesn't hit, by them putting on clearance, all of a sudden everybody thinks, oh, this set's a dud. It's like, well, no, just in the Walmart channel, it might have been a dud.
Yeah, been a dud, or too many of them.
Too many, yeah, that's what I mean. It might not even have been a dud. It might have sold really well for Walmart, but then they just were like, guys, we bought in too many. So just because it failed at Walmart doesn't mean it's failing everywhere.
No, just like any product or any venture in the world, you just gotta know the product, and anyone's gonna be able to self-judge and figure out what's going on. You got
that's a really niche set. Like Timmy,
colors.
Yeah, and Timmy's not buying that. Like he's just not.
Yeah,
it's one of the more nostalgic themes in Lego Classic Space, obviously, and because it's one of the first ones that had Castle, and to me,
money in versus money out.
I don't want it to fail, and I want them.
How much can you sell this ship for versus what I paid for it with all the goofy different color minifigures on it?
And Sean is on the right. Sean's on the right track. Not only is Timmy not going to Walmart to buy that, your average Walmart customer is not going there to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely on the higher end. Although they do have some wacky stuff that's even more.
I would have rather, dude, as a Classic Space fan, I would have rather them made like a Moon Command base, UCS style. I'd bring back the Crater base plates. They used to be 2 base plates wide, and it was like it wasn't that big, like girthy of a set back then, the Moon base one. But today they can make a sick one on those base plates, and the Classic Space fans would have went nuts, dude. They could have made a little Galaxy Explorer that goes with that giant, that huge Moon base, in my opinion. But that's what I'm hoping for to see in the future.
What's funny though is the future of them really bringing back space really has to deal with like their business arrangement with Walmart and whether they had to fund any of those discounts or not.
Oh yeah, that is another point too. You never know. But they, like you said, they have Walmart and Target have a lot of power with them because they need
100%.
Lego needs them, dude. They're like we talk about exclusive sets. You know what I'm saying? Like the Isa Pitch exclusive like Schick Razors products to Walmart, and they could say, make change this, do this, change it. Like they had so much power telling the brands what to do because they know they have them by the balls, dude. So
I guess I don't know about the Walmart in your stores, but the Walmart in my stores don't got the same sets that Lego store does. So I think whatever Lego
No,
wants.
but that's the thing. The macro Lego stores should have more niche stuff and be higher priced because there's less volume.
Yeah.
And I'll get better sales yeah.
You're going to get more frequency on the lower end, and that's what you see in Walmart, Target, and whatever other comparable stores in your respective countries. Like it's actually better for them to turn more lower price sets. But again, we're in this bubble where they're really hitting us with these 500. That's because the $500 set, they know they're going to sell, I don't know, the latest $40 Star Wars ship, you know, 100 or 1,000 to 1 over one, you know, Harry Potter, the Hogwarts train, for example. So it's like they have to make them more expensive.
Oh, I get whatever they do, wherever they sell it. I just find that wherever the good stuff is only at the Lego store. I can't find anything else anywhere else. Like and Walmart also, has a crappy shit.
I don't hear enough people talking about this. The reason why the
from Lego at home
store are more expensive than the sets at department stores. That's because I heard Jane reply to someone's comment a year ago, and it made perfect sense. So for those who know how model railway companies do business, their website, their products are always 30% more than the model train retailers that carry their products. Lego has a similar business model with their retail contracts. They want people to buy from the retailers because all they have to do there is just sell sets by the pallet to these department stores, because the department stores have their own employees. The department stores have their own distribution centers. Lego, when they're doing it on their own, it's a little bit more expensive because they have less stores than the department stores, so the costs are a little bit higher. And the retail contract Lego has...
Lego wants to buy it from shit online because it's free.
The retail contract Lego has is so lucrative that they want you to buy from the retail stores if you can.
I don't entirely agree with that, but
yeah, I think Lego wants to buy it from online because it's free. It's like Amazon.
Correct. Their number
online is the cheapest.
One A for them is to sell direct to consumer.
Oh, every brand wants to sell direct to consumer. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious.
But that's what I mean.
But I'm not. By the way, I'm not poo-pooing on everything you said, Mayo. There's some good points in there, but that one, I don't know about that. I think they have their stores as showrooms. You know, I don't think it's more for branding than, you know, because if they were serious about it, what do we have in the States, guys? 100 Lego stores? I don't even know. If they were serious about it, they'd have a much bigger footprint.
Yeah. Their online makes more than their stores.
100%. And then as far as the 30% Mayo, we see that every once in a while here, but they're not. What you're talking about is manufacturers pumping their MSRPs to make it seem like it's a deal when you find it in the store. But Lego's very strict about their MAP policy, except for when it comes to clearance. And by MAP, I mean minimum advertised price. So if Walmart didn't just up and make that Galaxy Explorer 50% off, they did it because they were heavy on inventory, and it was approved most likely by Lego.
They did it slowly too. They did 70, 80%, 75, 50. They started slowly dropping it. But the other thing is it's not just Lego. There's every brand that makes exclusive stuff for Target and Walmart. Like I said, I used to make razors, exclusive razors. Like when the Wolverine movie came out, Schick Razors made a deal with Walmart, and they did we did an adamantium Schick razor thing, and it was, you can only get it in Walmart. So we had to pitch that. We had to give them 3 different options of the packaging. They got to pick what they wanted. They got to dictate what they wanted. So they have a lot of power, like Sean says. They have the brands kind of by the balls a little bit. when it comes to like mass sales, dude, because they could pump out mass sales, dude. And so, but that's also why Lego makes these huge expensive sets only Lego store exclusives, because they're not stupid.
And also because Lego knows that the dedicated buyers who are going to be buying those expensive sets, they're not your average Walmart customer. They're gun ho about buying Lego.
Well,
they're going to wait for day one on release day on January 1st and March 1st and August 1st. They're gonna be up at 12 a.m. on midnight. They're going to buy it straight away because they want the building experience and they love Lego so much that they're not going to wait.
Well, also Lego, those expensive sets, the middleman's cut out. If they keep them only as direct to consumer in their store, they make the maximum profit, and they sell out like crazy. You see, day one they're wiped out. So that's just smart business. But Target and Walmart do kind of have them by the cojones a little bit when it comes to like the smaller sets and the mainstream stuff, because those stores can just pump out so much, dude, that it's insane, you know. But there is a difference with how any company handles their low cost items compared to their high cost items. Brent, I know I would be pissed, dude. Like we were talking about this earlier about the Walmart and you finding the set and it's dated like that. Because when I used to design,
Brent, you didn't press them hard enough. You gotta be more aggressive, bro. You gotta tell them exactly about.
Brent's too chill for that. Brent's too nice for that mission.
I didn't want to rub it in your face.
I hope I get a crack at one of those.
I didn't want to rub it in his face and send him pictures of it because I have it sitting in my car. When I walk the dog in 20 minutes, I'll go grab it. I have it sit that little mini scale. Dude, I would flip out in Walmart if that happened to me because when I used to do those displays, they were told not to put them up until the night before. They're told that, and we were talking about this earlier. It baffles me how those things, like, why would you want to piss off your customers like that? That's bad marketing.
I don't know, but then again, people make mistakes. You know, it's like,
I get it, but that's just bad marketing, dude.
Hold them accountable.
We
went to Mexico, and the sister-in-law stepped on a glass cup in the pool, and she cut her foot. And they're like, "If you have to get stitched, you have to pay $250." It's like, you need to go to the front desk and press them for $50 worth of free souvenirs. No one did nothing. I was like, you guys, when you're done wrong, you got to do dirty. And you know what? That's how you get free horse parties. When you're done dirty,
it would make me not want to go back to Walmart, though. I'd be like, all right, now
when you're done dirty, you got to step out and stick up for yourself. And that's how you get extra free shit. Or at least not get scammed for your own extra hard-earned dollars.
Yeah. It's just like when people go to Walmart, they buy a set and then they bring it home and they realize, oh, the minifigures aren't in here. That's because people they buy a set at Walmart. They take out the figures to go sell them online. Then they seal up the bags again, return the set to Walmart and get a full refund because Walmart doesn't know otherwise.
I just don't get it though, because it's like they're gonna sit in Brent's Walmarts for 2 weeks, dude. They're gonna sit you want to sell to your consumers, not piss them off. And like they're gonna sit there for 2 weeks and tell everyone there's more than one Brent. There's a ton of people that are going into his Walmart saying, "Hey, I want to buy this," and it's just gonna sit there for 2 weeks. Like that's ridiculous.
You know why though? They could get sued. That's why.
They legally, yeah. I was gonna say Brent could really
for what though? What am I gonna sue
Walmart could sue, or Lego could sue Walmart.
For what? Not moving product fast enough?
No, for releasing it early. There's a reason why there's street dates. It all has to do with marketing. I mean,
but a consumer also can, it would be expensive. It would be expensive, but a consumer can also fight it as false retail or false advertising, and it'd be a 50-50 crapshoot.
Yeah, most people are chill though.
But you could have a court case as well. So
I would just try super hard and not yell or anything. I'd just try to talk, and if I could, I'd get it. If not, whatever, man.
These sets are going to sit there for for 2 weeks. There's going to be a lot.
No, they're going to have to replace it with other. No one's disputing. Everybody keeps thinking they're going to leave them out there the whole time. They're not going to.
Oh,
They're not going to do that. You think they want to get asked about it every 10 minutes?
Mine keeps them out, which is ridiculous. That's why I don't go there.
Brent, is Brent in the chat? I want to see if Brent.
Yeah, he's here. He's here.
Yeah,
Brent,
you would.
can
I
go
do.
back?
I see
Can
them.
you go back.
I got a COVID setup.
This is why I don't go.
You can legally walk into the bank undisclosed. It's all good.
Eventually, so many people will badger the employees at the at the big box and department stores that the employees will be like, we're going to keep getting people ask us questions if we don't just put it back, and we're not going to sell it because it's street dated and there's all sorts of legalities behind that.
Well, the other thing is, everybody I've talked to that's gone through this, or it's gone through it before, even the manager who uses a key card and has privileges that the regular employees don't have, they can't even override it, which tells me like they can't just make up a price. So it's systematically unavailable too. It's not even up to discretion.
The crazy thing to me too, though, is that these are pop-up pallet displays and end cap displays that are meant to get way more attention than the regular aisle. They're putting a different section of the store.
No, they're putting it on the racetrack, man.
Yeah, they're putting it right where the traffic is. And so, like, to me, for those to be left out, if they are left out for 2 weeks,
They will not be. If it's any store where that's salt, that's dead. That's dead space.
No, I agree. I totally agree. But it just baffles me, dude, because some of them they do, and it's like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Like, why did you put it out to begin with? Like, what the fuck? But
also, customers start to lose trust in
exactly.
Customers start to lose trust in stores when they have it on the shelves and they can't buy it.
Exactly.
Or they buy it from the store. They bring it home and they realize, oh, this was sealed, but it's not sealed because someone who sells on eBay, Joe Schmo, eBay selling out of his mum's basement, did a really good job at making it look sealed when it's not sealed because they took some valuable part out of any given toy because they know it's popping up.
Why are we shitting on Joe Schmo?
When customers have those negative experience, they lose trust and they're not going to come back.
They will. Everybody needs Walmart more than they need them. It's okay.
Yeah, we do need Walmart. True that.
Yeah, I'm just stubborn though.
But there are certain people who have principles, and there are other people who
there's
are
very
like,
few
yes,
of those.
it just happens. I'm just gonna let it ride because this is
Walmart,
because this is what happens in corporate America. We're used to it by now.
I'm an outlier because it just makes me not want to shop at Walmart, you know, like. But I'm also a stickler for marketing, and I'm a marketing nerd, so that just pisses me off. But and the show's right. Like 90% of people don't care; they will go back. They have to go back. But to me, it just makes me so angry because it's like, dude, are you that stupid? Number one, you're not going to sell me this, and you're going to like, I don't know.
Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Like systematically, they're not able to. It's not up to the store level. That is what I'm trying to say.
No, they have a team that goes in that's a third party that sets. I get it.
No. I'm talking about systematically from the point of sale system. They literally can't sell it unless they, again, just make up a price and.
Oh yeah, no, because it's in the.
So what happens? Because I've never run into this problem. So they put it on the shelf.
Yeah,
you want to indicate a till, and it denies you.
They can't run the SKU. They'll get in trouble if they run the SKU. Like
it's not even getting
on the shelf. You
run
put it in your shopping cart. You go to the front till, and it denies you.
Yeah, because all of these different products have codes on the box, and if that doesn't ring up at the price scanner, that's because there's something on that code that's blocking any given product from being sold.
That's what I mean. The SKU, they can't. The SKU.
All right. Well, I'd walk into the oil
and that's
change
why you get
problem
when Target had that farce a while ago. When one of the I think it was when the Marvel CMFs were coming out. Those were street dated, and they had the same SKU code as all the other
Correct.
minifigures that Target sell. And so when those CMFs were street dated and they were on the retail shelves, customers were picking them up on the shelves ready to pay for them. They wouldn't ring up at the price scanner because systematically they were not allowed to be sold. They had the same SKU as the regular non-licensed CMFs, and they couldn't be sold because it was on the same SKU.
So the manager.
All right, you're saying they weren't sold?
What I'm saying is that they had the same SKU as the non-licensed CMFs. So when people when people saw those
early,
I'm pretty sure it was the Marvel CMF. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. People saw them on shelves. They weren't supposed to be there because they were street dated. They were trying to buy them. They couldn't, and then other people at the same time who didn't care about the Marvel CMFs were trying to buy it. I think it was Series 22 at the time. They were trying to buy those, and they couldn't buy them because they had the same SKU as the Marvel ones, and the Marvel ones were street dated, so you couldn't buy the regular CMFs from Target, and people started a whole uproar about that. So these codes matter, and the codes that Sean is talking about, they matter because it's built into the system, and the system is set up to oblige by all these legalities so that no one gets into trouble.
Eric's got a jet. Bricklock's got to go.
Night, guys.
Later, man.
Cheers, Eric. You know what? I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I gotta get up somewhat decent early.
Yeah.
And probably shut her down even before I sort out all these orders.
What I was saying, about the SKUs earlier is like that Walmart manager will get like what Sean says. They physically can't override it. Number one, but if they did, they would get in some serious shit. So, I just don't get how that kind of flaw in their system happens. But I'm a stubborn marketing asshole. So,
well, same with Mastermind up here. How come sometimes Mastermind gets them like a month or 2 months early?
Yeah, they do.
This is why I love that Hobbytown. I harp on it, but they seem to not give a flying fuck. But like I said, they only get like 4
They're
or
under
5.
the radar. Yeah, it's like whatever.
They get such small stock. You just have to be quick. Like I bribed the kid at the counter. I go, dude, I'll give you $50 once a month. When these come out, you make sure you hold one of each for me that I tell you, and that's that. And he does it now. But I give him $50 a month every time I'm in there. I hit him off with a $50 bill.
Also, Brent Weeks in the comments was saying, why hasn't Lego sued Coles yet?
Because Steve Davidson's watching out for him. That's why.
I think
Coles is lax about it too.
I think
Brent, to answer your question, I don't know what's in the agreement, and I don't think Kohl's cares about their Lego business.
Yeah, they don't
as much as we want.
They don't care about the relationship as much.
I mean, their toy business sucks in general. So,
well, think about it.
They're not pushing the hundreds of millions.
Their toy section is so small compared. I mean, they have shitty little wooden shelves, like only 4 or 5 of them. And I love Kohl's for the early shit, but they really don't take that relationship into account as much as a Walmart or a Target does. And it's a good thing though, because we can get sets early.
Because they have a similar inventory for Lego as TJ Maxx or Marshalls. It's barely anything.
People keep saying that, but Kohl's isn't. Kohl's isn't like exactly a TJ Maxx or it's different
business model.
It's
not a closeout. It's slightly it's not closeout stuff like they are.
Yeah. Dude, last Christmas they had elf sets at my TJ Maxx. I was shocked, but it's like old stock. They found it somewhere or some warehouse container. They found a bunch of them and they get sent to TJ Maxx. And I was shocked, dude. They had elf sets at TJ Maxx. I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah. And don't stores like that buy pallets from consignment as well?
Yeah, they get it wherever they can.
Yeah,
That's the difference. Like TJ Maxx and them, they don't have a direct relationship with Lego. I don't think.
No, because what they do is they just get They get the crumbs of whatever the big guys can't sell. Because big guys would rather send what they can't sell to the small guys so that they can claim these tax write-offs.
But when I did see those elf sets, it was all the same set though. You know, it was like someone found stock of a bunch of the same goddamn set, and they had a bunch of them. But it wasn't like they had the whole elves line. They only had one set and had a ton of it. But sometimes you find those hidden gems, which is cool.
People just find boxes sometimes.
Yeah,
it must have been some shipping container somewhere.
It was probably a pallet of one particular set that just didn't sell well at any one store.
No, it might have sold well, but it was wedged behind another. It fell off and behind a. I've been to distribution centers, man. I know there's gems everywhere, man.
Yeah, it's like they didn't open a container that was buried, way back, and then when they open it, and then they sell it off. So because
even if it's water damaged boxes, I mean, you can't go wrong. Like, were you gonna?
No, they were mint boxes, but it doesn't mean that all of the TJ Maxx have it either, though. Just maybe some regional near me had it, or somewhere in the other United States. So it, like Sean said, that it was stacked up behind a bunch of shit somewhere in a warehouse. They found it. They consignment it off to TJ Maxx or Marshalls.
Yeah, and because of the way those stores are run, not every store is going to have the same stock. So it's very local about whatever products they're carrying, because they're not gonna say, hey, there's something across the other side of the country, we're gonna go and buy that because it's cheap. They're not gonna do that.
You know what? Speaking of what else is local, me having to work early tomorrow. With that, I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for hanging out, Sean, Mail, Sidious.
Later, man.
Bye.
Eric, Bricklock. You guys have fun. Great Sunday. Don't forget to check out Good Morning Brickworld tomorrow.
Hopefully,
Ben's Designs also going on.
And Butt Chop.
About an hour after.
Ben always starts halfway through, which I always thought was weird. He should shift it a little bit. But
Macro, I was starting to play my music.
Hey, get her done, man.
Put on the sunglasses, dude.
I got mine. They're all good.
So for Macro, for Sidious, for Mayo, you have your own outro shit. I'm not going to do it.
I'm train wrecking slowly. I'm not going to lie. I'm train.
You have your. Look at this. He's got his. No, do your own outro, man. I was just messing with you. But
the big boy
as soon as I sense that it's time to end, my arm reaches for the.
Bobbing my head back and forth.
I got the big.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.